Boo! Wah! Hello, everybody. Hello! Yo, Satenbori! Thank you for the 3 months! What? Your intro break music lives in my head. I hear it every day. Aww. Well, I hope it's a good... you know, like, jingle to be playing in your head and not just like, I keep hearing it! Every day! But hello everyone. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? It's me, Bobinko Bear. Oh wait, I should do my intro when we're in the class, right? But man, I think my voice has recovered enough since 2 days ago? 2 days ago, kinda sorta. But I did also I did also go to a family party yesterday. And man, that was a lot of drinking. But let's say our hellos, shall we? Excuse me, I just also drank a lot of water just now, so I'm still recovering. So let's see who's here. We got Seribot as always. We got Pickles. You got your sticker. Everyone make sure you get your stickers. Peck School, hello. Sotenbori, hello. Welcome. Eightful and hello. Bruh. Binka Bear. Hello. Welcome. Every day. It's very good. Yay. That makes me happy. So, how about this? Let's get into class. We have our... Oh, I forgot my... my tracking again. Give me a second. My tracking. I always forget to do it because it's on the phone right next to my computer. And once that gets squared away, we also have a paw cam. There we go. Tracking is here. I do see the teensiest bit of lag. Like the teensiest bit, so maybe we'll switch over to PNGTuber. Right? Teachers of ventriloquists. Yeah, it's totally not, you know, me telepathically talking to you. Oh my god. Also, hello, Saku. You got your sticker. Yeah, we have a hand cam for once. I know they're few and far between. I have done them in the past, but it's been a minute, huh? Testosterone, hello. Dianork, hello. Welcome. Make sure you guys are getting your 1-point redeems, your scratch and sniffer sticker. But yeah, so I just wanted to yap today. I was like supposed to stream yesterday to do like another Japanese study stream, but I was just kind of tired from both the work week and doing my my Digimon presentation, my 2-parter, right? So I was like, I'm gonna rest. It's also because, like I said, I went to a family party for Beans' family, and they're Uzbek, and there was just, if you don't know where Uzbekistan is, it's like one of those former Soviet Union countries, and like, so there's a little bit of like Slavic culture in there, I want to say. So all that to say is that there was a lot of shots. I had a lot of shots, and I drank a lot. Luckily, I didn't really get a hangover today, though. I like freaking like kept a bottle of Gatorade right next to the bed, and I like woke up every so often. It was like, I think I'm dying. I'm so parched. I'm so dehydrated, and I would like drink up all of the Gatorade, and then when I woke up this morning, I actually wasn't super hungover, so it was all good. It's all good. Let's see. Oh girl, those nails, thank you. I don't, usually my mom does my nails for me, but I haven't visited my mom in a while, so yeah, usually they look a little bit better, but hopefully they're clean enough. My paws are clean enough to be presentable, right? And I'm also wearing like a sweater. I'm losing my words today. My cardigan. I was like, what's the sweater that's all like floppy and stuff? The cardigan. Pot to human head AR filter working well. It is, right? Like, this is a really good camera. It makes my paws look like hands. Isn't that pretty nifty? How's your voice today? It's doing pretty good, I'd say. It's recovered enough. It's not like I didn't talk yesterday at all. Like I said, I went to that party. I talked with the relatives. All of them were speaking Russian, and I don't know that much Russian, but I was making very liberal use of my my Google Translate app on the phone. So it actually does like a decent job too of like live translation. Not gonna lie, I only started using Twitch to watch Rubinka. I don't know how to do redeems. Oh, no worries. Also, how flattering. Thank you for Thank you for using Twitch just on my behalf. So if you want to use redeems, if you look right under the chat, there should be a little icon with my face on it. If you click that, it should give you a couple of options. So don't use any of those power-ups. I don't usually use those. I know like Matthew uses the Gigantify one, but the one you want to look for is where it says Babinka Bears Rewards. There should be one that says Daily Scratch and Sniff a Sticker, and it should only be 1 point, so it shouldn't be, you should be able to get yourself a sticker. There's other ones too. Oh, was that you just now? Yeah, that was you. You got the Turon sticker. I love to run. Ah! How dare you? Peck School. How could you? So many doors just open. Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, feel free to play around with whichever ones you want. I'm actually going to be opening up a redeem as well. Shortly into the stream, I do occasionally do tarot card readings just for funsies, you know. They're not meant to be taken too seriously, but and I usually have like a whole spiel about like how I feel about tarot, aka don't take it too seriously. It's just for fun. They're really cool for like introspection, but not to be why? I've just explained the tarot. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of just options in there for you to play around with. I forgot we could do that. Yeah, you could throw things at me. You could definitely throw things. Look, there's a hotkey for it. There you go. But it doesn't make my face angry. Some of them do have different sound effects too. Usually it's just like a squeaky, but sometimes it's sometimes it's a bonk. Bonk. But yeah, I just wanted to chat. I feel like it's been a while since we've just chatted, right? Like I always have some kind of itinerary. I am a teacher, so I usually have some kind of lesson plan, right? But here, there's no lesson. Well, there's kind of a lesson plan. I usually do have like a little, like, we're at least gonna cover this for each stream. And today's no exception. My goal for today was, I just love sulfuric acid. Throwing items gotcha for the super rare 1% bonk full. Exactly. Exactly. So who knows? Maybe your throw. Ow. Maybe your throw will do it. Beeplebees, hello. Hello. You got your sticker. You got the whole. I don't know why the text on the stickers, they used to be colorful. Now they're not. I don't know what's up with that. I might need to fix that in MixItUp, which is the program I use. But oh yeah, so the main thing for today is I wanted to just chat, but I also have some pretty cool Digimon cards. Wapam. Wait, I have some more than these two, of course, but I just decided to grab a couple just to show them off. But yeah, I've been really into the Digimon card game recently. Like a lot. Like my every waking moment that I'm not, touching grass or streaming or at work, I have been looking into like the Digimon card game. It's actually been a lot of fun. I'm still very much a beginner, so I'm not gonna be actually playing any games. I'm just gonna be like, whoa guys, look at this card, isn't it neat? It's a Koromon. And like that's kind of the extent of it. I could go over the rules if you want, but it is kind of like a lot to go into. So think of this as more of an art appreciation, but for the cards, because a lot of them are very cute. See, the ultra rare SSR is the one where it throws Binka at the Binka. I might want to enlist the help of folks that know 3D modeling. For example, like Gojikins, if he has the time. Because I do have like a low poly 3D model of you guys, of the Babinkubs. I want to program it in a way where you guys can throw yourselves at me. I have a Babatter and I have a Babinkub model. It's a low poly one that I made in, what is it? What was that program that I used? PicoCAD. I made it in PicoCAD, but I still don't know how to put like the textures on them, so they just look like blank little like blobs, basically. So I want to see if I can ask Gojikins how I can like put the texture on there, and then who knows, maybe sometime in the near future you guys can throw yourselves at me. Shaking your hand, Digimon consumes my life. Oh my gosh, it's just so good. Mobile was being weird, I had to leave and come back. Oh no! If anyone said hi, I just couldn't see. No worries, I'm saying hi to you right now. So hello, Pickles. And hello, Shiopi. Hello. But yeah, so I got a whole bunch of Digimon cards. And then somewhere down the line, I'll also I'll also open up the. I also have my tarot cards, but the redeem isn't available yet. I want. You know, you guys are gonna have to bear through the Digimon cards before we get to the tarot cards. Show us the model. Oh, the 3D model? Let's see if I can find it. Cause like PicoCAD has its own like special folder that I don't remember. Give me a second. I don't have that folder anymore. Where did I put it? PicoCAD. Bear through. Yeah, you're gonna have to bear through it. If I can't find the PicoCAD within like the next minute or so, I'll just see if I can find like I don't even remember what like drive it was in. But it's very low poly. PicoCAD. Maybe if I do that. Okay, I found a folder. It's just the textures. It's literally just the textures. Nah, sorry, I can't find it. Bear. But yeah, so but we don't have to talk about Digimon. I'll just be like having them on here on the screen, but we can also just catch up in general. I had I'm sorry, beeplebees. I'll find it. Yeah, there's a bit to catch up on because the last few times I've streamed, I've had to like jump right into the swing of things, right? I had to jump right into. Oh, you know what? Let me show you my starter decks first. I've always had to jump right into like, okay, for the sake of time, we gotta get going. I can't be catching up with y'all. Now this is the perfect time to catch up. Now's the perfect time for us to be like, how you been doing? Wait, I think I have my starter deck somewhere here. I had 5 cups of chamomile tea. When is the calmness supposed to hit? I remember a meme that was like when you tried to like smoke the substance, the grass, if you will, the Mary Jane, and you're like waiting for the calming to happen, and it's like, well, now I'm just stressed out, but I'm also sleepy. I think you're more likely to pee. Yeah, the devil's lettuce. Yeah, I think it is like I think you are more likely to pee. Oh yeah, so look, see, I have a deck case now. I have a deck case. I've never had one before. Okay, these are 3 starter decks that like, you know, these are literally just like out of the box. I haven't adjusted them in any way. But I do that anyway. Yeah, I've just been really into the Digimon card game recently. Like, look at this one. It's so cute. It's Sunomon, and he's stuck. He's stuck in the ground. Oh yeah, the zoom on this thing is kind of strange. It is just a comparatively cheap webcam, but it does the job. I don't really feel like I need like a better webcam. Because a deck case, the rest of us are deckless. I mean, that's just how like into the card game I've gotten. You got your Gomamon. Who else? We got Ikakumon. Nice deck, bro. Why, thank you. Matthew, hello. I'm just showing off my cards. See, they're not even shuffled yet. That's how you know that I haven't even played a single game with them. Oh my god, I wanted to show you guys this one. It's Thicky Angemon. Do you guys want to see Thicky Angemon? Dude, like, why... why he posed like that, though? Why he, like... Like, why is he... Yeah, I'm gonna see if I could, like, zoom in a little bit closer. The auto zoom's not, like, cooperating with me, but... Wait, actually? For the sake of the Thickums Angemon, let's see if I can fix the zoom. Projector, webcam, configure video, auto zoom. No, not auto zoom. I don't want to do that. Autofocus. Oh, it is auto-focusing. What the hoo-ha? It doesn't know what to focus on. So let me put... Oh. There we go. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. That's as good as it's gonna get. There you go. You got your Thickums Angemon. It's like, why is he posed like that? Okay, I'll put it back onto auto. Why he do that? All kicked up on a Sunday? Seishun, hello. Folk, hello. I'm sharing my Digimon cards with you guys. Yeah, it's a fresh deck. I tried takoyaki for the first time. Yo, how'd you like it? I love takoyaki. Like, that's one of my favorite, like, textures in a food is, like, the like, not crunchy, but kind of the hard outer part of it. And then, like, the soft inside. Like, almost like a cupcake. And then you have your, like, your smallest bit of octopus, right? I love that. Did you like it, Pickles? Let me know. It is a fresh deck. He thick. Howdy, folks. Cakeumon, all kicked up on a Sunday. They know what they're doing. Who says the bakery's closed on Sundays? I'm trying to sneak up behind Devonmon, but the flap of my butt cheeks keeps giving me away. TK. The artist putting their whole soul into drawing them cheeks like their life depended on it. Sunday stream, wahoo! Yeah, we doing a little pseudo gorilla. It's not exactly a gorilla because I did tell you guys ahead of time that, like, oh yeah, we might stream on Sunday, and then I did. So if it was a true gorilla, it would be like I would have not announced it at all. It was really good. It wasn't really crunchy, but it was 10 out of 10. Yeah, crunchy isn't quite the right word. It just has like a nice like outer shell to it, but not necessarily crunchy. Did you get the fish flakes on top of the takoyaki? That dance, yeah. I keep thinking of Devilman Crybaby when I think of that. Really, hello, welcome. Comfy. Oh my god, the little Shiopi the emotes. Man, Casper Catachini's debut was so good. His model is so cute. His model's so cute. I love it. And his dude, when he puts his all into something, he puts his all into something. Oh yeah, we got Magna. Oh, I got some shinies. You guys want to see the shinies? You guys like the shiny? It's Magna Angemon. See? It reflected the light. Our baby girl cat boy, right? The fish flakes and eel sans and the Kewpie mayo. Yo, that's my favorite. I love the Kewpie mayo. Is this gonna... Do I have to like put it right up to the camera before it autofocuses? I guess not. I guess it's like I would have to do it manually, and that's such a thing to do. Let's see. Actually, since Folk was here or is here, we got a really cute Gomamon. This deck is pretty cool too. Like I said, I won't get too much into like the technical aspects, but like this deck is pretty cool because usually you're limited and you're not. Like the cool thing about the card game is that you don't have to you know, there's traditional like Digivolution lines. Like Gomamon usually becomes Ikakumon. And then he usually becomes Zudomon just based off the anime, right? But in the card game, you see how it's blue over here? Any blue Digimon can digivolve into another blue Digimon. So, for example, if I had like a Gabumon and it was blue, Gabumon can become Ikakumon. And then it could go back to like Metal Garurumon. So it's pretty cool in that way. But this one is even more free in that you don't even have that color limitation. Any adventure Digimon can become another adventure Digimon. So, for example, we have here Palmon. She looks really cute in this art. We got Palmon. And typically she digivolves into Togemon, who is a cactus. For those who don't know the Digimon card game that well. Or Digimon like world that well. So usually becomes Togemon. But in this set, because they're all like Digimon from Digimon Adventure, she can become Ikakumon. And then he can become like Lilymon or something. So it's a pretty cool set because it allows for a lot of freedom. I feel like it might also be good for beginners, which I still am. Oh yeah, let's look at Lilymon. She's really cute too. Lilymon. I tried takoyaki, but it was all doughy, barely any squid. Oh no! I do love the... Actually, is it octopus or squid? It's one kind of cephalopod. Usually it's some kind of cephalopod. I do kind of like when there's a little bit of like the doughy feeling, but like when it's like when you have a chocolate chip cookie that is like, it's baked, it's not going to give you salmonella, but it's soft, right? I do like that. But if there's barely enough cephalopod, then what's the point? They took the taco out of the takoyaki. Are the cards bigger? My boy, yeah. Are the cards bigger than Pokemon cards? They look big. I think they're about the same size, I want to say. Like, I feel like a lot of these card games are usually around the same size because I did end up buying this. It's a little sleeve. It's a card sleeve. And these sleeves work with both, basically they're just a covering. They're just a covering for the card, right? So for example, I could, if I wanted to, I could like put this one in a card sleeve. And it like protects the card a little bit better, right? So these things, the sleeves aren't specific to Digimon, so I feel like this is just the same size as like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, etc. I think. I'm not 100% sure because this is the first time I really got into a card game, so. Like Uno reverse? Kind of, well, now that I think about it, yeah, if I'm thinking about the rules of Uno, you usually, yeah, you know what, you usually want to do just green on green, right? And then you can't always change to another color. So yeah, it kind of would be like Uno. But Numemon, he becomes Monzaemon. I love Numemon. Well, Numemon can also become other things, but like I associate it with Monzaemon because he's a bear. He's a little bear. Let's see, finally we can evolve Angemon to Angewomon. You can! Like, you really can! As long as they're the same color, yeah. Or in this deck, I think you could just directly digivolve them, but yeah. Gooey cookies! Pokemon MTG size or Yu-Gi-Oh! B size? Are Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards a different size? These, I don't know, I thought that was a standard size. I actually didn't know. Those aren't extra big cards? No, I wouldn't assume so. Well, if you think about how big the size of my hand is, I actually have a small hand. This is like hold on, I can measure it because I'm a small person. I'm 5 feet nothing. Okay, I have a little like, okay, how am I supposed to do this? So what is this? Like 7 inches? From the tip of my middle finger to my palm, it's about 7 inches. That's pretty small, right? So the card itself is about 3.5 inches. Yeah, I don't know. You guys tell me. You guys who are more like card game aficionados, is that big? Is that small? I feel like I have a very small hand because I'm a very small bear. I mean, my flesh version is 5 foot, but like in character, my actual character height, Babinka Bear, I'm actually 4 foot. which is a pretty respectable size for a sun bear. It's pretty respectable. Yu-Gi-Oh! Are Japanese size? Oh, okay. I was thinking about asking if you had a fun deck sleeve yet. I love having those fun designs that are out there. I used to play MTG. Nice. I don't have any. I just picked like a very generic, like I just want a color. Cause I don't know how this will sound, but a part of me is kind of scared that I'm just gonna always be bad at Digimon, like actually competitively playing it. Or not even competitively, even like casually playing it. And then I'll feel like I like quote unquote wasted money on like buying the cards, and because I was thinking about getting sleeves, I was thinking about getting like a little mat and stuff, but a part of me held back because I was like, what if I'm bad? What if I'm bad at it? So I'm still like starting out, but for now I just want to go with kind of the generic deck sleeves, and then once I get a little bit more into the sauce, I think I will buy one with a cool design on it. Babinka has very, very small hands, so it is small. That's what I was thinking. That's what I thought too. Yeah, I have small hands. In college, they used to call me soft hands. Because my hands, like, I don't have any calluses on them. Oh my gosh, Hikaru Utada. I forgot. I was listening to Hikaru Utada because Beans was like, he was watching something that mentioned Hikaru Utada. I'm like, I miss her. I miss her music. Let's see. MTG and Pokemon are poker card size? I didn't want to assume that your hands are small. Yeah, my hands are pretty small. Trans Angemon or Femboy Angewomon or Tomboy Angemon. The possibilities are endless. Many options. Binka's human suit prosthetics. Yeah, it would make sense. Like, can you imagine like a little sun bear? I'm piloting this flesh suit. So if you guys ever meet me in RL, like it'll be like, oh man, that's a pretty good flesh suit. That's a pretty good like sun bear that's like piloting that on the inside. She added a whole extra foot to her height. I only know non-freedom units for photocard purposes. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I should. Okay, how do I convert this to what's 7 inches? What's 7 inches in centimeters? 7 cm. No. 7 in 2 cm. 17 centimeters. My hand is 17 centimeters. Sunbears are not that tall, but they can beat you up. I can. I can beat you up. Though I wouldn't, because I'm a peaceful sun bear that just wants to eat ants and such. And also occasionally, I also have a cookie, by the way. I have a snickerdoodle cookie. It's from yesterday. It's from the party yesterday, but I love snickerdoodle. You also play... Yeah, so Testosterone Matthew plays MTG. I know a couple other folks in here also play MTG, right? Shorty! No, that's a respectable size for a sun bear. I swear it's a respectable size. I'm actually considered the norm among my sun bear brethren and sistren. So you guys can't make fun of me. You guys can't make fun of me. If anything, you ever get a PO box, I can print you a deck box. Oh, I'll see. Because I think there would be a place that I can like ask about a PO box. It's not too far away, but I'll see first. I'll see. Who would win 100 Binka versus 1 Rat? I think that'd be either 100 of me or 1 of Randon. I know we have some newbies in here, so Randon is one of my favorite VTubers. But he is also an orc, and he's like what 7 feet tall or something. Like he's freaking tall and buff. But he's also kind of pathetic, which is why I love him. Which makes me think I would win. I feel like it doesn't even have to be like 100 of me. I feel like it'd just be me, and I'm like, and I've just had like a rough day at work, you know? Like I've had enough of the emails from teachers, and I've had enough about the unruly students, and I'm like, Rad Dad! Levy at him! But also, I love Brandon. I think he's a swell guy, and I hope he's doing good because he hasn't streamed in a while. So I hope he's good physically and mentally. Do you need to be good to have fun? That's a good point. That's a good point. I am having fun. Just like even just looking at the art. Even just looking at the art is really nice. Let's take a look at this Gabumon. Oh, we're so Art Deco now. We're so decorative. Look, this one is pretty cool too. We got a Gabumon. Oh, and in the background is Agumon, because there's actually like there's a part 2 to this deck, and it's like more Agumon based. Let's see, people rubbing Babinka's soft bear paws. Yeah, essentially. Soft hands sounds like a mean nickname someone would give the underdog protagonist in a baseball movie. Get all soft hands over here. Get a load of soft hands, Binka. It kind of, like, in some ways it can be interpreted as an insult because it implies that I've never worked a day in my life, right? Because, like, if you truly work, then you'll have, like, calluses on your hands, right? But I don't. I literally just... all I know is hot chip and type all day. Though I do a little bit of manual labor for work. Sometimes I have to carry art supplies to the classrooms. And those are not light boxes, y'all. Like, it's like, what the... like, there's just so much, like, paint and clay in here. Nice skin suit you got there. Who made it? The folks over at Binka Corp. They made it nice and good for me. Yeah, but what if we give Randon a bike? Then he's got me. He got me good because oh no, am I gonna share this part of my lore? I never learned how to ride a bike. I also never learned how to swim. I feel like I mentioned the swimming one. I don't know if I ever mentioned the bike one. I actually never learned to ride a bike. I feel like I was always scared of falling. I was always scared of like falling down. I know how to ride a tricycle. I can ride a tricycle. I remember doing that as a cub. Snickerdoodle, excellent choice. I love Snickerdoodle. I love Snickerdoodle cookies. And you watch during the break, this Snickerdoodle cookie is gonna be gone. It's gonna be in my stomach. That or Bibinka meetup and get Binka's paw pads. Yeah, you can touch the paw pads if you want. Thanks for shouting out Randon. My Oshi. Oh my god, the last thing he played was Danganronpa, that's right. Bro's tall AF and built like a brick poop house. Get his knees! Yeah, I can get his knees! You're so right. You're so right. What if Randon had his spear? Then I think I would be like pretty I'd be pretty royally like effed. He could easily just spear me and I'd be like, bleh. There we go, I'm just fixing the Spotify. Yo, it was Almantas who wanted the Art Deco classroom. We're just so decorative now. We're so deco. Thanks for redeeming that. Hello. Tubinka can distract him while there slices his tendons. Yeah, with my cool claws, you see. Look, let me show you. Let me give you guys the 411 with the claws. Give me a second. There we go. Take a look at these bad boys. Randon he could never survive getting sliced with these. Like, you want to see the back too? Oh, there we go. See, look, I'm hiding. Rubinka soft hands bear. I saw a comedy animation on YouTube about office orcs. I immediately thought of you. I love my office orc Randon Nuring. He's so pathetic. I love him. When the deck is art, it really is. Because Kung Fu is weak, no training whatsoever. You're right. But one day, just you watch, I will be Kung Fu fighting. Just as everyone was. That's me, the Peck School. The Randon hands and then me just mad. That's me versus Randon. Bear manicure slay. Vivinka flashing us the finger. This is so cute. I miss the silly green man. I do love showing you guys the paw pads. It's like, stick them up. Oh. Have you guys seen, who posted it on my, someone posted it under Bear Lols in my Discord? The one where it's like a bear trying to rob a bank. It's like, imagine me trying to rob a bank and just like, stick them up, put your hands in the air, wave them like you just don't bear. And then the bank teller does this and I'm like, oh, how'd you get so big? I do love this toggle. I'm hiding. I miss the silly green man. Me too. I miss him too. How far back can you flex your fingers without using your other hands or just internal flexing? Without using my other hand? Like, I guess that much? If I pull it back? Which I do, I actually haven't stretched in a while. It's not that much. It's not that much. I don't know if we have any palm readers in here. You read my palm and it's like, wait a minute. This palm reading says that you're a bear. I love it when animals do that. She put beans on her hands. You telling me there's beans on this hand? Let me look at there's other cards here that are really nice to look at. I don't have my palm reading glasses. I can only do about 30 degrees or so. I'm not as flexible. Oh wait, I'm not as flexible, but here's something that I've always been able to do, like even as a kid. And I remember people would be like, ew, that looks kind of gross. But look. Isn't that cool? I thought it was something that everyone could do, and then like whenever people show me like, no, I can't do that, they always do something like this. And it's like, you can't do like the little snaky snake, and they're like, that's kind of gross. Is it gross? Is it? It was actually a fish in the past life. Then it's more a 70-80 with the other hand. Whoa, really? How far back can you bend your pinky? Like, I don't know. I'm not not that much. Like, if I'm being honest. Was actually a fish in the, no, I wasn't a fish. Am I what I eat? Oh no. Not that fluid? Ah, okay. Mega Bronson, hello. We have a hand cam. People were looking at my fingies. Let's see. Yo, she's doing the worm! She be doing the worm. Exactly. You might be asking, how is my model putting my hands over my face, but you're seeing it right here? It's called magic, sweaty. It's called magic. It's called... Let me actually put these down. There we go. It's called I forgot to put the toggle down while I put my hand on the camera. Sweaty. Every time that happens, a wizard did it! Movie magic! Exactly. What if this like whole webcam bit is actually recorded, you know? You never know, you never know. Oh yeah. Here's another nice and shiny one, nice and holographic one. There we go. It's Metal Garurumon. Ace! It's so shiny. See, you like that? Not random though, another wizard. Yeah. He's got the wizard magic over me. Though I do doubt. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Like, is he really a wizard? And then you guys know what's next is my ship. You know, I've been a Fujo. Actually, can you say that you're a Fujo if you're talking about a straight ship? Like, but I've always been a shipper ever since I was but a child, and this is one of my favorites right here. Them and Joe and Matt is another one I like, and then Matt and Ty is another one I really like. But these two, I love them. I love them. Because you're not allowed to look at the wizard's tiny hat. This is true. This is true. And then there's Matt and TK, the two brothers. Who else? Who else? Oh yeah, they have like, so they have these yeah, so first you see like the Digimon, the monster cards. The monster cardo. Doro. We also have tamer cards who kind of like help with that, and then you have option cards that are kind of like I guess like magic cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right? Like they do a little special effect, and sometimes they're taken from like anime screen caps. We got this really, really cute, somewhat gay moment from the anime. I don't mean gay as an insult. I mean gay as in like, come on. Like, now Kith. Now Kith. Fujoshi literally means spoiled rotten girl, so as long as you're passionate of, I'd say yes. Heck yeah. And I've been a Fujoshi since I was a youngin'. And then there's just one for his house. Like, and there's just one for Janai's house. You know? So it's not normal to be able to bend your pinky 90 degrees back. Yeah, oh my god, can you do that? That's kind of sick. That's kind of cool, actually. But no, I wouldn't have thought that it would be normal. But it would be cool to see. Everyone has their own little, like, talent. Oh yeah, so these next cards are really cool. They are, they're very shiny. They're very action-packed. And they come in all colors of the rainbow. Opening up a pack of cards and it's just a picture of my house. I know, it's like these really cool, like, action-packed, like, look at these Digimon, you know, look at all of this, like, there's holographic ones, and they're so strong, and then look at these, like, cool tamers, you know, Digimon partners, and then, like, a touching moment from the anime, and then a house. It's Jenai's house. Shiny cardboard. I know, it's like playing with keys. It's like playing with keys. It's very, very satisfying. It's like, keys? Shiny, shiny? Look, see, red scramble. Get scrambled. Blue scramble. Got Gabumon. Cardboard crack. Yellow scramble. I love how Patamon looks in this one. Patamon just looks very like, I wonder if the really cool alt art Gomamon is available in English. Patamon, my beloved. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the alt art is really cool to look at. Green scramble. Little Palmon. And then these ones are pretty cool as well. You got Numemon, black scramble and purple scramble. So they obviously look like they're made from different artists or different from like the other scramble cards. Keys. But they're still holographic. You got Black Scramble, you got Numemon, Sukumon, Chumon. And then Purple Scramble, you got Demi Devimon. Talent or Ellers Danlos? I'm not familiar. Unless that was a typo. Yeah, that's just one. That's just one. Hypermobility. Oh. Are you talking about the whole like 90-degree like finger thingy? Oh. So yeah, hypermobility. Yeah. I think that's I've heard of that too because once again, I can't bend my fingers way too back, but I can do this. It's the one physical talent I have. And then let's see. Who else do we have here? Oh, I'll show you guys this other one. I've been looking a lot into like Digimon card metas and stuff. And you can do that, but I also just saw a video that's like, if you don't want to get too much into meta stuff, just play with like, I don't know, just get like a deck, experiment with like what kind of play styles you like. And you know, just play that. Don't worry too much about metas. Because I was about to say like this one, I don't know if it's still relevant in the meta, but it's very cute. Like that's all we're really gonna be talking about is just like the art is really cute. Like it's Salamon. Only in Digimon can you see. Okay, wait. Let me get the cards for this to show you guys, especially if you're not familiar with like how like the evolution line in Digimon works. Shiny Gatomon. Angelomon. Do I not have a... I should have a Lady Devimon somewhere here. Just wanted to show you guys how like wonky this can get. Yeah, I have a Lady Devimon. Unomon. Okay, yeah. Let's get Mastamon out here. Okay, for those that are not familiar with Digimon and how it rolls. Only in Digimon can you get a cat. A cute little kitty cat that's also just a head, by the way. Actually, it starts out as a snowball. It starts out as a snowball, becomes a cat, becomes a dog. Wait, I'm trying to not get too much glare. There you go. Becomes a dog. Becomes a cat again. There you go. Becomes a cute cat. Who then becomes... She can either become your Angel or your Devil. No, wait, that's not her. Or your Devil. There we go. Unless you're spending money for entry into Attorney Who Gives a Darn. Yeah, exactly. Do the thing. Exactly. You know what? I'm gonna pin that comment. It's very, very appropriate. So, the cat can either become your Angel or your Devil. She could become Agilwomon or Lady Devimon. And if you can't see it that clearly, it's a woman angel and a woman devil. And then they can actually DNA digivolve. They can combine together, they can fuse together to become Mastamon, who's kind of like the main gal for this deck. Look, it's holographic. Isn't that cool? So yeah, only in Digimon can you go from a snowball to a cat to a dog to a cat again to a Angel or Devil to a combined Angel Devil. By the way, in the Digimon card game, I know I keep saying like we're not gonna go too much into the technicalities, but I think what's really cool about the card game is that it incorporates like this whole Digivolution thing. So like when you play this card, you can Digivolve. You could like Digivolve this Digimon on top of it, and you place it like this because the cards all have something called a inherited effect. So this Salamon now has these two abilities, which is pretty cool. And now you could do it again. You can Digivolve again. And now this Gatomon has all three of these abilities. Actually, not this one, but they have this ability, they have this ability, and they have this ability. And then let's say that you do Angelwomon. And now this card by itself has this ability, but also this ability, and this ability, and this ability. And then one more time. Then this card has like all these abilities. So that's kind of like the cool thing about like the Digimon cards. Is that like it kind of builds up on each other. Or you could just like play this one. You could just play this card by itself with no like cards underneath it. It's still pretty strong on its own, but it's also a bit harder because you have to expend your like what's called memory. You have to like do 13 whole memory, which would give your opponent a huge advantage. So that's kind of like a couple of basic things about the card game. So the angel and devil combine to become a human. Yeah, very poetic, huh? I love the way they handle digivolving in this game. Yeah, it's really cool. Also, hello, Lucky. Hello. That's actually such a clever way of laying out those cards, right? I really like this system a lot. That's why I like, if you're like a longtime Digimon fan, even if you've never done like card game stuff, like me, for example, like I've never really gotten into, like I kind of tried to get into Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I tried to get into MTG, but it just didn't quite stick. But this is the first time I'm like seriously like getting into a card game. So let me go ahead and put this back in. Nice, you got your sticker. So these are starter decks. These are all decks that like, you know, you could just get out of the box. And sorry, I'm getting like a text message right now. Okay, that's fine. So you get it out of the box and you could just play with them, but there's also booster packs. So booster packs, I already unwrapped all these, so you're not going to see what the booster pack looks like, but basically it's like a random assortment. It's like gacha. If you've ever played a gacha game, you know. So you get booster packs, and I got this many. it's going to be a lot, you guys. It's going to be a lot because I bought a whole box. Like that's how like into it I've been. Yep. I'm in it to win it. The artist goes so hard. Yeah, that's another reason why I really like these card games. Like, the art is just so good. I'm a little sad that MTG doesn't vibe with you, but it lacks ships and waifus and cute stuff, so I could see why. I have plenty of friends that are into it, like Mr. Rage. Mr. Rage and another... If you guys ever see either DT Rage or Sly Kainoa in chat, they're my IRL friends. They are into MTG, like, a lot. So I think, like I said, I did try to play MTG Arena, the virtual one, and I did like learning all the mechanics. I think, like I said, the green one was pretty satisfying for me to play. The one where I just remember being a Brontosaurus and just stomping all over the place. But I do feel like, no doubt, I feel like some of these cards are also inspired by like some of the mechanics in MTG because it does have like that whole color system too. So let's see. I'm not going to go into like every single card, but do I need to organize online Commander Nights in Babinka Cord? I mean, I don't know if Sly Kainoa or Mr. Rage are even in the Discord, but if it's more so for I'm worried I would end up pub stomping. I don't know what those words mean. Like, is it like curb stomping? Let's see. What are some like choice ones to look at? Okay, this is more on like a I just think the design of this Digimon is really neat. Look at Shakomon. It's like a little guy but in a shell. Like, I don't know, I just think that design is so cute. And then when he closes the shell, you can't really see it that well, but that's what it looks like. He looks like the shell itself. Like, this is one of my favorite kind of underrated Digimon. Because, like, I feel like you don't see him that often. At least in the anime. I like smurfing, turning power levels amongst players is a process. Oh, I see. I definitely know the term smurfing. When you, like, you know, you're really pro at a game, but then you start a new account. And, like, you're level 1, so you're fighting against other people that are level 1, but with the skills of someone that's, like, at level 100 or something. Let's see, who else? Pleasiomon. This one's really cool. My buddy Joe! It's my favorite tamer. Tanamon. Yeah, this is really the first time I ever really got into card games. When I was Shakomon, yeah. When I was a kid, of course, during like the first boom of like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I was really into that. But of course I didn't really like, I didn't get into it to the point of like knowing stuff like the meta. It was one of those like, you know, it was something to do at the schoolyard in middle school where people were just like collecting cards that were opening booster packs. And I remember I had like a really, really good deck. Well, I thought it was a really good deck. I assumed it was, but I'll never know if it like still carries up because it got stolen from me. My deck got stolen in middle school. It was one of those things where I put it in my locker, with my wallet, by the way. I put it in my locker, and then when I got out of class, I went back into my locker to get like my wallet. My wallet was gone along with my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And it was like, man, like that was such a good deck too. Or like I said, I thought it was a good deck because there was this one card that like for sure has to be limited now. But I think it was something called like something blessing, and it was just like you get like 100 life points back or something. I think it was like 500 life points back each turn. There was no like, oh, you have to discard a card to do it. It was literally just you get life points back. And I remember it was just kind of hacks. They were a major. Wait, let me see. Even just joining a new group of players is an adjustment. Oh, I see. They're a major. Oh, and Survive. Yeah, I missed out on play, or not missed out. I can still play it, but I know. Yeah, actually, you're reminding me that they were a major partner in Survive. You're right. Joe Mama. The best time to get into, second best time to get into TCGs. You have disposable income. And you don't have to worry about the grind. This is true. Must have been a tourney level deck if it got stolen. It was way back in like the 2000s because I was like, oh, how old was I? 6th, 7th grade? Maybe 8th? No, I was like 7th grade at least because I had a friend who was a year above me. And like, I remember like joining the club and meeting him there. So I must have either been like 6th or 7th grade, which if you're not in Bear America, that would make you +5, like 11 to 12 years old. So this would have been around like 2002, 2003-ish. Because I was born in like the 90s. So yeah, this was like early on. I don't know if like, there definitely were probably like tournaments at that level, but we were just kids, y'all. Like we didn't know nothing about like, meta stuff. Like, I was just like, oh, this card seems cool. It's kind of like with Pokemon, like when you play the Pokemon video games and it's like, why would I have an attack that does 0 damage? Why would I do Growl or Tail Whip or anything that does 0 damage when I could just do a move that does damage? And it's like, you know, it's whereas like if you actually know the meta, then you know that like, oh, those buffs really do stack, or like those nerfs, those buffs, like when you strengthen your attack and defense, it actually does make a difference, especially in like high level play. But if you're kind of just like, if you're just a kid, or you're just kind of like like I don't know, like it's like, yeah, why would I want an attack that doesn't do any damage, right? So that's how I feel like I was with with the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It was like, oh, high attack power, and like not even really reading the effect cards, right? It would just be like, wow, this one looks cool, and high number go up. Wow. Putting it in my deck. Right when I was graduating college, someone from the people I hung out with stole my Yu-Gi-Oh deck and no one said anything. Aw, that sucks. I'm sorry, Matthew. Insectors, probably $100 or so dollary dues. Oh, jeez. Okay, now what if 1,000 Binka versus 1 LeBron? I would get in a basketball match? I can't even, like, I barely know the rules of basketball. That for sure LeBron would like. Okay, wait, are we assuming that all 100 Binkas are playing basketball, or like some of those Binkas are like trying to get at LeBron's ankles, right? Like it's like 20 of the Binkas are actually trying to like play the game. We're trying to like pass the ball to each other. The other 80 are like just swarming LeBron. We're just like, get his ankles, get his knees. If we can even reach his knees. Like, would we even? I don't think we would even reach his knees. We would probably reach his shins at most. Best deck in the schoolyard, baby! Yeah, exactly. It's like 12, 13. Yeah. So I was around like 12 or 13 years old. This would have been around like 2000, 2003-ish. Gojikins, hello. Ghosty, hello. Welcome, welcome. I'm showing off my cards. I had a bunch of set 1 Pokemon cards stolen while I was at a Boy Scout camp. No, not the Scouts. They're supposed to be honorable and such and selling their popcorn. My nephew recently got into Pokemon and he was like that. Oh, we have an ad break. Oh my god, it's already been an hour? What the hoo-ha? Let's see. Oh, thank you for snoozing the ad. We'll let it play next time. We'll let it play for the next one. Let's see. His mom got him some fake Pokemon cards, which complicated things. When I got him real ones for his birthday, uh-oh. Like, fake as in, like, they're obviously fake, like they were, like, hand-drawn by someone, or, like, fake as in, like, you couldn't tell if you didn't know any better. Because wow, like, that's, that sucks. The Binkas are playing Digimon cards, but it is supposed to be a basketball game. There's like LeBron on the court, and we're just like, I play Tenimon, and then I do Gurimon on top of it. Which doesn't even make sense, by the way, but... I know, it's like none of us are actually going after LeBron. What if all the Binkas have sports anime-style training arc? Ooh, maybe we stand a chance. But, you know, height is still definitely a factor here, considering that we probably wouldn't even get to his kneecaps. Binka will do the ankle breaker while 3 Binkas stand on each other's shoulders and reach the net. We're not even playing by the rules. It's like 3 Binkas in a trench coat to match like half of a LeBron. Hello, Gojikins. Hello, Ghosty. Fake foils like movie foil and basic Pikachu with 100 HP. Oh no! Meanwhile, the Cubs are eating his car. Well, that's how we get them. That's how we get LeBron. Yes, we would lose the basketball match, like really badly, like hilariously badly, but at least we got his car. 3 Binkas versus LeBron from the waist up. I know, it's like even 3 Binkas doesn't even quite match up to LeBron. LeBron James. LeBron. We may have lost the basketball match, but we won the war. We won the war. We got his tires. We got his car. We even got the people that were waiting in the car. His security or whatever. We ate them too. Exactly. But yeah, with that in mind. Oh yeah, some of the art style in this is pretty good. We drank his gasoline. Made him pay the tall people tax. That's what you guys get. Look, holographic Palmon. Is she so pretty? Ding, 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 ding. There were a couple of cards that I wanted to show you guys. Because these are just kind of like random ones from the collection. Let's see. Oh, here we go. The security's just standing out on the lot, confused and missing but all their underwear and missing all but their underwear and 1 shoe each. I mean, it's their fault for having delicious leather shoes, you know? They really could have just gotten the delicious leather sandals, but no. They went for the shoes. Who's your favorite Digimon, Binka? I feel like it changes every time someone asks me, but you know what? I'll show you who my favorite is. It used to be the Digimon that were kind of like palette swaps of other Digimon. So like Psychmon, who was a palette swap of Gabumon. But recently it has changed because I have this, my little V-Pet. And it became a Monzaemon. And I'm like, oh, he's so cute. Look! This one's my favorite. It's Monzaemon. He's a teddy bear that can shoot lasers from his eyes. Like, isn't that so Binka coded? Isn't that like... It's so Binka coded. It's a cute, cuddly teddy bear, but they could shoot lasers from their eyes. One of these days, Cubs. One of these days, I'll shoot lasers too. Just you wait. I'll just be like, Binka Binka beam! And it like destroys you guys. It's like... wait. Mass. Look, watch this with Cubs. I do Binka Binka beam! Vroom. And that's what happens. That's what happens to you guys. That's for throwing things at me and calling me short. And like, no. That's what you get when you call me short. Hey, no. I'm sorry. Or am I? Binku binku beam. 100 cups versus 1 Binka beam? Uh-oh. Oh no, I think you guys would actually get me. Think about it. 100 of just you guys like sliding around like that. Yeah, you guys eat. Ah, don't throw the frick at me. Yeah, we do have an ad incoming. So during that ad break, you guys think about your actions. You guys think about why I had to binka binka beam you guys. Hey! How could you? Binka binka kamehameha! We would eat the beam! Oh my gosh. Break. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. You guys have to think about the consequences of your actions. It's cool. We can hide in the water to avoid the binka beam. Oh no! You guys are soluble. We'll think about how to more effectively deserve the beam. No! You guys are so water soluble. But I do have to- I'm gonna put you guys in the corner where it's not as flooded. Binka attacks her own students? Attempted Binka murder? There's an ad break coming up, you guys. You guys think about your actions. I'm gonna eat the snickerdoodle cookie. No, don't attack me. Okay, I'll see you guys in a bit. Not flooded due to the totally angled floor. Exactly. Are we back? Are we back? Oh no, I'm not getting like the notifications of the ad break from what's it called? From Sammy? Or from Saribot, I think is usually the one that sends that out. Oh no! Yeah, so the internet went out for a bit. The internet went out for like a bit. I noticed. How could I forget? Oh, anyone have a healthy snack ideas? Cars. Yeah, so no, not healthy ghost, a compact car. Exactly. Double mic? Really? Huh. Also my model's lagging now. I wonder if that had to do with the internet too. Ooh. Let me Dang, I can't do my 3D model because I'm using my webcam right now, which is what I use for my tracking, so we might have to resort to PNGinka. You might need a return to PNGinka. There we go. I fade away. So give me a second. Oh, all my add-ons are there, so give me a second. There we go. Okay, yeah, we gotta do PNGinka now. It wasn't because of the double mic, because I think I saw Matthew say that you're good now, but it was more so my model tracking started to be off. I know the Binka beam was too strong. I accidentally got the internet too. I accidentally got our internet too. There we go. So yeah, it seems like there might be a little bit of I think you said a 30-second delay, which, you know what, we'll work around it. I was intending for this to be a short-ish stream anyway. So what was I talking about? We were talking about Digimon cards, but I also did want to open up a little bit of time for tarot card readings if people were interested as well. Not with the Digimon cards, though. Maybe that's an idea for some other time of just like you want like a tarot card reading and I'm like, you got the Monzemon card. You will be attacked by bears. You'll be attacked by bears in your sleep. Have a good one. Beam the router. No idea how I had 2 instances of Twitch open on my phone. Oh, I see. This is why we cannot Binka beam. You say that. I know I did accidentally the whole thing. I accidentally the whole thing. So how about this? Unless there's any... There were like a couple of cards I wanted to show you guys. Let's see. We'll finish off with that and then we'll do tarot card readings and then we'll call it from there. Oh, you know what? I know that beeplebees might like this one. I got some cards from the Lugamon line. 30 seconds? Okay. It's okay. It's okay. We'll deal with the 30-second delay just fine. We want tarot cards? We'll do tarot cards. Yeah. So I do have some cards from the Lugamon line. You destroyed the school internet. I'm gonna have to siphon much gas to pay for that. No! Lugarmon. There we go. Skull Satamon, our Lord and Savior. The cards could be a light snack. No! I actually didn't pay that much money for this, by the way. These cards are actually pretty cheap. Fenrilugamon. It's shiny. Look, shiny. Is there anyone else I wanted to show? Oh, you know what? Goldramon. And actually, you can see him right here. Platinum Numemon. Look, he's like poop but transcended. I like him a lot. Just pulled a reverse Towermon. My life is over! My life is Jover! Oh no, the 30-second lag might, that might affect the tarot cards, but not actually affect the cards themselves, but like people's abilities to redeem it. So how about this? I'll open the redeem, but I'll probably wait like a good 30 seconds before before being like, okay, so they're open, Luga. Traveling. I'm distracted by the shininess of the card. Surely we won't do crimes? Ooh, is that the key to it all? Do I have to distract you guys? Gotchman. Okay, there's one more that I want to show you. I think... Oh, you know what? It's in my deck box already. So I'm actually going to put most of these cards away. Traveling. Traveling. Luga. I actually got my, in terms of cards, I got my new waifu. Got my new wife in card form. I'll show you guys what that looks like. Also, it's like more overcast now. Look, see, they're even in card sleeves. Must do crimes? No, look, they're so shiny. They're so shiny. Okay, well, we'll get to Medusamon, but... Owen Dreadnought, my love. Dimetramon, and then I think I just need Elizamon. There we go. Jurgemon, we need keys! We crave violets? No, I'll show you the shiny. I'll show you the shiny. Okay, get a load of this. So, this is a new Digimon line from the webcomic. Yeah, so this is the tamer. His name's Owen Dreadnought. Very edgy name, right? Very shiny. Look, don't you want to not commit any crimes? Isn't that cool? And then this is the rookie. Her name's Elizamon. She's very cute. And then she becomes Dimetramon. Dimetramon as in like Dimetrodon. The not dinosaur, by the way. Dimetrodon is not a dinosaur. It is, oh my god, what were they called? Sina something? They're actually more closely related to mammals than they are to dinosaurs, but I think this is still considered a reptile. Like, this Digimon that is based off Dimetrodon is still considered a reptile. Keys! Crimes! And then Dimetrodon becomes Lamiamon, who's also a real cutie. Cutie patootie. Also shiny. The edge is sharp. And then finally, my love, my new love, Medusamon. Dusa. I want to commit more crimes! No, look, it's so shiny! It's so cool! Right? Isn't it so shiny? But I think I missed the message. Isn't that what schools are for? Distract the kids so they don't do crimes? Learning is a happy side effect. It's not just a happy side effect. It's the whole point of it. It's the whole point of it. Oh yeah, and there's also this little one. Digimon. This is like the in-training version of it. It's just like, rawr. So yeah, that's my new love. I'm still seeing if this deck is even viable, because I mixed it with like another archetype entirely, and I feel like that's not a good move. I feel like that's not a good move at all. So, okay. How are we gonna do the tarot cards with the delay? How about this? I'm gonna tell you guys right now that I'm gonna turn on the redeem pretty soon. I don't know how many people are going to be interested in doing tarot card readings, but the last time we did tarot card readings, I did have like a bit of a rule, which is like if there's any newcomers and they're interested, I'm going to prioritize them over the folks that have gotten tarot card readings prior, like before. And I know it's been kind of a long time for everybody. Medusa, her snakes are hypnotizing me to commit more crimes. No! No other crimes. No, I can't keep responding to the bear cops, the bear police. They're okay, so me and Beans, we have this like IRL in joke called like the bear police, and they're just like this group of like really inept like bear cops, but also stuffed animals, because I have so many bear stuffed animals, and they just ride around the neighborhood in like a cardboard box, and they just go like wee woo, we're the bear police. And they're just really inept, you know? They just love the snackies too much to actually like go around and arrest people. So yeah, let's go ahead and do some tarot readings. I'm gonna, it's in the form of a redeem. So the way that you request a tarot card reading is through a redeem. You do have to have enough points built up. I can do, one tarot reading. You know what? I'm gonna put the limit. I'm gonna drop the limit a little bit down. Usually it's I do, hold on. I usually have it so it can only be redeemed 3 times total per stream and only once per person. And usually there's a 30-minute limit in between each of those readings. But just for today, I'll do 10 minutes instead. And then you can also request a 3-card tarot reading, but it's pretty expensive points-wise. So just be aware of that. Just be aware of that. Thank goodness this is my first time catching stream, huh? Trying to pull the randomite thing on me, but I just got here. Crimes. It's very wholesome. They do love their cup donuts. I want to be a crim. So yeah. So that's how it's gonna be. We're gonna be using a deck called Tarot of the Divine, which is based off of world mythology, folklore, religious tales. So yeah. How am I gonna do this? There is gonna be a delay, so how about this? I think I'm just gonna tell you guys right now. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the redeem. How should I do this? You know what? I'm just gonna say that I'm gonna open it up in 30 seconds. So I'm gonna wait till it gets to. I have like a little timer on my OBS, and I'm gonna set it so that it like opens up. 20 more seconds. Approximately 20 more seconds. So then by the time you guys hear me say that, the redeem should be on, basically. So ready? 5 more seconds. And it's open for anyone that wishes to redeem. And then the 3-card one is also open. So yeah, feel free. I'm just gonna go ahead and shuffle the cards. We gonna shuffle, and then we'll do. See, these cards are like way big. Look, like it's about the size of like from my palm to like almost like midway across the finger. So let me just shuffle. Nice, ghosty. Ooh, a 3-card redeem. Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll give you 3 cards. We'll do our little interpretation. Ah. And then these can be reversed or right side up. That does affect the reading. Oh, these cards are also starting to like go upward a little bit. Open up the pit! Oh yeah, I need to do my usual spiel with tarot cards. So I don't personally believe that the cards are magic. I think that they're just a good way to kind of introspect on things. I don't believe that they can predict the future or predict how other people feel about you or a situation. But these are just ways to kind of introspect. So I'll give you kind of like a theme through these cards, and it's just something to think about whether or not that really applies to you. You saved up so much and you got it. You got it. And then Matthew, you also got a 1-card redeem, so we'll do that as well. So yeah, don't take these readings as any kind of legal, medical, super important advice. It's just for funsies. 1-card tarot reading on the Philippines mention emotes. Wait, what do you mean by that? Like, as in like the status of it, whether or not it should be uploaded or not? I guess we could do that. We could do that. And Goji, you summon the cats, and you pet the cats, and they're nice and dry. They're not in the water, you see. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our first reading, our 3-card reading for Ghosty. Right? It's for Ghosty. Let me just double check. Yeah, for Ghosty. It's just for fun time. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick a card for Ghosty. Let's do this one right smack dab in the center. That'll be the center card. Let's do something from the back. Let's do this one as the first card, and then our last card should be something from the front. I'm thinking this one. Oh no, we're drowning. Consult the cards on whether I'm going to the Shadow Realm, and by Shadow Realm I mean New Jersey. Oh, here in Jersey. Okay, so here is a card reading for... Oh, let me move it so that it's within shot of the webcam. So we have a 3-card reading. Ooh, so the Two of Swords usually has to do with choices. This is the King of Swords. Ooh, swords so far. Oops, all swords. And the Wheel of Fortune. So let's see what we can kind of like figure out from this. So one thing that I really like from doing tarot card readings is just the art appreciation aspect of it, or the art analysis aspect. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one together. So we have the Two of Swords. This one and the next one are both in the Suit of Swords. Do you ever forget you're drowning? Sometimes. But only sometimes. So swords typically have to do with the element of air, but also things that have to do with your mind, but also your ego, society, and politics. So this is as opposed to fire, which is about your motivations. Water is usually associated with your emotions, and coins are usually associated with like things that are physically manifested, so such as like health and wealth, so your money and your health. So this has to do with like kind of your thoughts, your ideals, a little bit of your identity even. So this is the Two of Swords. We are seeing someone who looks like they are I want to say South Asian. Like the skin tone is a little bit darker. They have a nose ring, they have plenty of jewelry, and the hair, you know, and the way they're dressed also kind of reminds me vaguely of like South Asia, so like India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, places like those. We see a femme-presenting person. They're holding 2 swords on either side of themselves. There is fire in the foreground. So even though this is the swords, and swords are associated with air, there's also a big element of fire. Right behind them is a little bit of greenery, and behind them is water. So we're kind of getting almost every single element. Because yeah, we have the water, we have the fire, we have leaves that would represent the earth, and then this itself represents air. Let's see. We also have behind this figure, it looks like there's like a little sliver of light, meaning that it's either right before sunrise or right after sunset. And then we're also seeing the moon. The moon in tarot cards and like esoteric stuff, usually associated with the unconscious, usually associated with like emotions as well. And we also have the stars, and then most notably all the way here in the back, I don't know how well you can kind of see it, but there's a monster. It kind of looks like a hydra, like a many-headed serpent. So let me see if I'm able to sharpen this up for you guys, the video. It's not gonna let me focus. Oh wait, I have to toggle off. Is this as good as it's gonna get? Dang, that might be as good as it gets in terms of focus. That's just how... Yeah, that's approximately like how good it's gonna get with the focus. Ah, that's a little bit better. There we go. So yeah, this is the Two of Swords. Typically, the two of anything might have to do with like a certain choice between 2 things. Two of Swords specifically definitely has to do with like a choice between 2 either ideologies or ideas. Maybe opposite ideas or ideologies. I also am gonna look through my cheat sheet on my personal Discord. Swords. Oh, you know what? We also have our little booklet. So before we look into the little booklet, so we have a person that is holding up 2 swords. It looks like it's in front of fire, so it might be some kind of... the way that I can interpret it is maybe this is someone who is facing a decision about 2 different ideologies, but maybe in terms of like what ignites or like gives them passion. There's also the other elements behind them, so like it means that like this is a decision that also affects their emotions and some things like their health and their wealth. There is a monster inside the water, and because it's specifically in the water and not in the fire or in the earth, it makes me think that maybe there is some like conflict with your emotions as well. So you're deciding between, like, maybe you're deciding between two things. It affects kind of every aspect of your life and your being, but specifically your emotions might be a little bit turbulent as a result of this decision. The moon in the background also makes me think that like that's another thing that's like this might really be playing into your emotions, but it might also be asking you to dive deeper into kind of your subconscious. So it can be easy to make a decision by looking at or it makes a lot of sense when you're stuck between two hard decisions. It's like, oh, you should think about what's more logical or what makes more money or stuff like that. This one seems to be more about like, well, what makes you happy? What is really meaningful to you, right? As you know what, another thing that kind of hints at that is that this person has their eyes closed. They're not looking forward at whatever the challenge is. They're closing their eyes almost as if they're thinking about it. Like it's a little bit of introspection, that you're really thinking, once again, not about the physical things, not about like what makes more money or what makes more sense logistically, but just in your heart of hearts, what do you like? What do you emotionally and like what's it called? Like passion wise, like what do you want to do? So that's like one of the readings that I'm gonna give right now. However, we also have our little booklet, and I also have another cheat sheet. So we're gonna get a multitude of kind of interpretations here. Let me go ahead and put the focus back on auto. There we go. So we have the Two of Swords. If we can find it. Here we go. So this is Sita. This is from India, and this is from the Ramayana. Pretty well-known, like, epic from this region. So the Two of Swords represents being stuck between hard choices. Sita's decision between Skyla and Charybdis. Wait, those are Greek. Like, those are Greek figures. Is not easy and cannot be made blindly. It calls for self-reflection. Things can only remain balanced for so long before a move must be made. So upright, it's facing your fears, a stalemate, denial, opposition, and a precarious position. And then what does my little cheat sheet say on the other end? Two of Swords, holding one's mind in balance and security. You're not being blinded or being affected. Oh, so this is kind of saying the opposite of what I'm saying. This is saying without being blinded or affected by emotionality. It can be about peace, which can be manifested as a distance, a choice between two things. If there's avoidance in making a choice, this is a sign to do it now. Interesting. So my interpretation is that you should listen to your emotions because there's a lot of water and like moon symbolism in here. The little cheat sheet that I have on my Discord says like try to do it without emotion. So ultimately it's up to you on what I guess aspect will help you make that decision. But also let's go ahead and see what you guys are saying in the chat. See, it's such a pretty card. Yeah. Dual wielding like a badass. Okay. It's my people. Yeah. Dual wielding, so you're going to find two swords. Nice. If this is Indian, it could be a funeral. White clothes plus... Oh, the funeral pyre. It's the story of Sita. Isn't Sita the partner of Rama, right? I actually don't know the story of the Ramayana, but maybe this is having to do with like... yeah, like a funeral pyre, right? She already have two knife. I would like two sword to be friend with my two knife. There you go. I think that's what this is saying. I mean, when presented with two swords, ¿por qué no los dos? That's another way of reading it. Is there an option to have both swords or both options? I like that monster. I will name him George. Or Jorge. Excuse me. I'm gonna head out. Have a great rest of stream. Thanks for stopping by, beeplebees. I always appreciate you. I hope you too will find a sword that fills you with joy. And have a good day, beeplebees. Yeah. So, yeah, that's another aspect that I didn't think about. I don't really know the story of the Ramayana that well. But I do know that there's, like, a couple involved. There's Rama and Sita. So if we're talking about what the fires could represent, once again, like, in the world of tarot, it represents your motivation. It represents, you know, the things that make you do what you want to do. right? But here, traditionally, it also looks like this is just symbolic of like the challenge that she is facing, that this figure is facing, right? So there's a challenge in front of you. You have your two swords. If there is the option to use them both at the same time, that'd be cool. But at the same time, it seems like you're going to have to choose between one sword or another, or one decision or another. It is up to you on whether or not you want to decide with your feelings. But it's implied that because there's like a sunrise or a sunset, that once you do that, it'll be kind of like, that will help you move on. That will help you move on with a certain stage in your life, because that also has to do with this card right here, the Wheel of Fortune, which I'll get to eventually, but we can come back to this. But for now, let's go ahead and go on to the next card. This is the King of Swords, but reversed. So swords, once again, usually represents your ideas, your mental fortitude, your identity, the things that make you what's you, like the ideas that you ascribe to. I'm not sure about the swords, might be something I missed out on. Ah, okay. I'm also not sure. That's one of those stories that I'd like to familiarize myself with. But if you feel like it might help with the interpretation, Ghosty, then you're also welcome to either like find a summary or even read the whole thing if you want. Indian epics usually have like really cool stories with them. So we do have the King of Swords reverse. So the King of Swords, this is what's known as a court card. So court cards are either kings, queens, pages, or knights. And they can either represent an aspect of yourself, or they can represent another person entirely. If it's a traditional past, present, future, it is very easy meaning. But if it's not past, it's just interesting. So yeah, we can... typically, I do use like a past, present, future type of format. Lately, I've been wanting to keep it kind of like free-flowing though. So if you feel like this is making sense for the past, then yes. You can definitely read it as such. But we're also going to see what's going to happen if we try to read all of them kind of in concert with each other as well. So King of Swords, once again, this could be an aspect of yourself, or it could be another person. So King, usually this is someone that might be masculine presenting, and typically someone that is in charge of their ideals, that has someone who is very, how do I say this, like set in their idea, like they know everything that makes them them, like they know their identity, they're not in question of their identity. However, this is reversed, so maybe we are referring to a masculine presenting person that is like in flux in terms of their identity or their ideas, you know, maybe someone that is in transition from like, let's just say, just as an example, someone that is questioning some of their political ideology and they're thinking of like, maybe I don't want to identify this way anymore. But maybe it's not even political. Maybe it's just like certain parts of their identity, right? We are seeing a griffin, by the way. If we look at the actual imagery, very beautiful card. We're seeing a griffin, or I think this is a griffin, right? Because it has lion features, it also has bird features, and it's also holding a sword. So it also has this expression of like kind of glaring. It's beautiful, but it's glaring. It's holding the sword, but the sword isn't really drawn. He's not like in attack position or anything. But he seems wary. He seems wary that like he's ready to draw the sword if need be, right? So let's see what the book has to say about this card. The way that I'm presently interpreting it is like someone whose identity might be in flux, but let's see if that's what this book says as well. This can also kind of help with our interpretation. So, this is a griffin from Persia. This is Persian mythology. So the King of Swords represents wisdom enhanced by power. The griffin is a noble and intelligent creature soaring over land and sea, a symbol for patience, perseverance, and judgment. So upright, this is authority, structure, logic, self-discipline, and loyalty. But reversed, it could be a dictator, cruelty, violence, oppression, or cynicism. So that's another interesting kind of interpretation, is that if you think of someone who like is very wise, you know, they use that wisdom for, you know, for good. They're protective. They're like an authority figure, but they're not necessarily a dictator. Here it's saying that like, ooh, it might be like a more domineering person, a more domineering presence in your life. So let's see. A dictator, cruelty, violence. I do love the art. Should be a griffin. Yes, I would hug him. I do love the art a lot, right? because this is very like, these are some very strong words used to refer to this person. Because another way that I usually interpret reversed cards is that like, you could be this person. You could be this person that is well, you know, like intelligent, very much like in control of like their ideas and ideologies. But when it's reversed, it means that something is preventing that. So either this could be a male or a male presenting figure in your life that has these features that maybe to you might seem like a dictator or kind of domineering, or it's someone that like could really become this really good mature figure, but something is preventing them from doing that. So either interpretation, whichever one makes more sense to you. You know, like I said, maybe someone with whose ideology is in flux, or someone who they want to be like the best kind of like kingly person, but something's preventing that at the moment. It could be like, you know, the current job market. So the current like vaguely motioning towards, you know, how things are, at least in Bear America. I know like you guys, I think you guys are not in Bear America, right? But yeah. Like could be either one of those interpretations, but something is preventing this from being like a kind of like a paragon of kingliness. So that is the middle card. If we try to interpret these, no, you know what? Let's interpret this first, and then we'll see if we can interpret all three together. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a big one because this is a major arcana card. So when you see a card that has swords or coins or wands or something else, that's usually minor arcana. Major arcana, they all just have kind of a singular like, I guess, the title to them. Unfortunately, I know no one like that. We are in Canada, the frigid north. Okay, so it could also be, if you can't think of a person that is matching this description, it might also be an aspect of yourself. Or an aspect of someone that you know. So like it could, maybe this is, you can't think of anyone in particular that is like domineering. We face the tank, the polar vortex on the reg. Oh no. So cold, the frigid north. Even if you can't think of someone that is like domineering, maybe at present, maybe like there's a part of their personality that feels domineering, or maybe it's something like, maybe there's like a part of your life, maybe not a person, but a problem that feels domineering. Wheel of Fortune, red or green? Oh no, my sanity is in question. Wheel of Fortune is an interesting one because it's major arcana. It's one of those flashing red lights that is basically saying, pay attention to me, pay attention to me. So with Wheel of Fortune, typically this signifies the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. We have here, I think this is Anansi the spider. This is from this is from folklore that you see in parts of Africa. I forgot if it's like West or South Africa. This is Anansi the spider. He's a bit of a trickster figure, and he's known for storytelling. He's known for being both a positive and like trickster, as in like he plays tricks on people, but he also does things for the benefit of humanity in many ways. Anansi is being shown here with a really interesting outfit, where there's a bunch of different designs, but then there's also one that kind of cuts in the middle, adding to this little bit of like chaotic feeling. He's currently inside of a web. He's not stuck in it because he's a spider. He most likely made the web, but he's also smiling. So he's kind of like creating this little like space for himself that might seem chaotic to others, but it totally makes sense to him. I do love the spider, the story weaver, exactly. Egg schnackly. So let's see what the book has to say, and then let's see how we can interpret all three of these cards together. A Wheel of Fortune. The real wheel of morality. Turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn. Here we go. So yeah, this is Anansi. This is specifically from Ghana and Akan mythology. So the Wheel of Fortune is endlessly turning, spun by a trickster god. What was once luck is now misfortune. What was hopeless is now joyous. These acts may seem random, but all fates are part of an interconnected web of repercussions. So upright, this can mean fortune, an unexpected windfall, karma, destiny, and cycles. Bad luck. Reversed, it would be bad luck, a lack of control, the past, misery, and disappointment. But for now, we're not worrying about that reversed one. We're more so thinking about this idea of like fortune and unexpected windfall. So it's something that it looks like this. I kind of like that interpretation, that the whole idea of like what was once good might now be interpreted as bad, or vice versa. So maybe you might be in a situation in which something you once loved might seem more like a chore, or something that you once thought was boring or unengaging is now like the most interesting thing in the world. So that's kind of like the main idea for this one. So let's see if we can kind of like interpret all these three together. So basically, this is a hard choice that's affecting a part of your life. This is a presence, or a part of yourself, or a situation that feels like it should be positive, that feels like it should be, you know, like a good time, but it's not. And then here we have here something that used to be enjoyable isn't, or something that was once bad is now good. So maybe let's see how we can interpret all of these. The wheel of fate is turning. Exactly. So if we were to try and interpret these, one way that I would interpret it, but you guys are also free to kind of throw in your own interpretations as well, is that you might be at a point where you're facing a choice. This choice is affecting you, but what's complicating this choice is that there's an aspect that should be positive, but it's not. Or the reverse, it should be negative, but it's not. Maybe it would have been an easy choice if it's like, you know, maybe this is something like not super serious either. Maybe it's just like, what should I have for dinner? Should I have, should I have ramen, which is super tasty, but you know, it's kind of fatty at the same time? Or should I have something a little bit healthier, which in the long run, it's going to do my body better, but you know, it's kind of boring by comparison, right? So if we think about these two cards over here, then maybe you got news that like, oh, they just came out with a new kind of ramen that's both tasty and healthy. So maybe that's slightly like complicating it. So maybe like this really healthy ramen is maybe very expensive, or maybe you found out that the oatmeal that you're having that is supposed to be healthy isn't healthy at all. So now what do, right? So it feels like there's a little bit of complexity in your choices. So yeah, I was just using food as an example, but maybe it is something a little bit more big, you know, whether it's like, let's see, should I like, I'll go like, I guess on a personal note, So, just to see if this relates at all. So, I really enjoy streaming. I really enjoy streaming, but, there are times where it's like, oh, I should go to the gym. I should go to the gym, or I should like exercise, I should do all these things, or I got really into the Digimon card game. So I enjoy I enjoy two of those things, and then the other thing is something that I should be doing for my health, right? However, there's only 24 hours in a day, there's only 7 days in a week. So it becomes this whole idea of like, oh, now like what should I choose? Should I choose to lessen the amount of streaming days I have so that I can prioritize my health? Or should I like not get into the Digimon card game so I can prioritize my health? Or should I prioritize my streaming? So it could be just a question of your prioritizations, you know? But maybe at this moment, like, because I've been so into like the Digimon card game, maybe I'm starting to enjoy I hesitate to say this because I don't want anyone to panic, but it's like, oh man, like, what if it's like, oh, I put this on the schedule for streaming, but now I'm not as into it because I want to play card games instead, you know? I still very much enjoy streaming, but because I'm also like, oh man, I need to take care of my health too. Like, it's been a bit of a decision in that regard. Ramen isn't fatty if you don't have chashu. Oh, interesting. I would imagine because it's like some of the ramen that at least I get is pretty oily. Because me and Beans, we don't eat meat, so we don't usually get chashu. But it still feels fatty. But it also is delicious. Because I get like a creamy seafood ramen, and he gets like a creamy vegan ramen. It's so good. And nice spiciness. I get the analogy you're making. All right, everyone. Panic! Should I ask an actual question to the tarot deck? What I like to do, because I don't know if anyone, like, if their questions for the tarot card are very personal, you know? So I kind of prefer to just, like, give you what the cards mean and kind of let you interpret it as you will. And yes, I'm going to give my interpretation and I'm going to just be, like, bouncing around ideas. But you know, if there was a meaning that spoke to you when I was like reading off like this could mean this could mean that, then you know, maybe that might be closer to what your interpretation might be rather than what I am kind of yammering about, you know. So it's up to you. It's up to you. I just want to avoid people asking like questions that are like super heavy, but I still want to give them some feedback about like that super heavy question, you know. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about that interpretation. Panic at the Disco. I love there. There was I think a Halloween ornament that's called "Yikes on the Yard," and I think it's just like a pumpkin. I think it's just like a pumpkin Halloween ornament, but the box that it's in is just called like, "Yikes on the Yard." But then I saw a meme that was saying like, from the makers of Panic at the Disco comes "Yikes on the Yard." To tell you what, because there's a little bit of a 30-second delay, I really have to use the forest right now. I have to go into the forest. It'll be shorter than 30 seconds, I promise, or I shouldn't promise. But let me know if you have any questions. But I'll be right back. I gotta go use the little bear's room. Alright, I'm back. It was all the Gatorade. It was just so much Gatorade. If you stretch interpretations, I can make the cards work. Yeah, that's what I love to do. Like, stretching it however you wish. Yeah. Yard on the Sword! From the makers of Yikes on the Yard comes Yard on the Sword and Panic at the Disco. Get your Charmin in the forest? Yeah, the forest beckons. It really does. It really does. No, not the mass bomb! Oh no. But yeah, if you don't have any other questions, I'll go ahead and put these back into the deck, and then we'll do our one card interpretation, our one card reading for Matthew, right? Was it just Matthew? No one else has redeemed it yet because I have the cooldown, right? Otherwise, do let me know. And actually, let me look at my. See, I have to go all the way down. I'm looking at all my redeems because you guys threw things at me. You guys are throwing things at me. Like, how could you? Maybe not all requests. Okay, Sniffasticka. I'm gonna go ahead and complete all of that. And then all request. Did that one. Did that one. Did that one. Did that one. That one. That one. I'm just marking off all of the redeem requests. Just so that I can keep track. Okay, we just did ghosties. We summoned the cats. We pet the cats. Okay, cool. Move on to Matthew? Alright, you got it. So Matthew, initially you said that this should be whether or not we, I guess it has to do with the Philippines mention emote, right? But if you do have like a specific question in mind and you feel comfortable with sharing it, you can. Otherwise, I'll keep it general. I just love sulfuric acid. Hey, you're adding to the requests. There we go. We got a request from Pickles. Oh my gosh, I'm like not shuffling these well. So cool. We'll do Matthew first and then we'll do Pickles. Shuffle one more time. Yeah, you can see the curve. They're starting to curve. It's because of how I shuffle them. One more shuffle. +1 tarot reading for Pickles. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's the Kingdom Hearts song. God, it's like I was watching Kids WB and then I accidentally fell asleep and then I get woken up by a Kingdom Hearts commercial, but it's not Kids WB anymore. It's like Channel 5 News or something. Deck of many things. Should I stream more or less? Okay. It's a good question. So let us consult the cards. I think I'm gonna pick this card. Epic. Okay. Ooh, okay. So this is the Ace of Wands. This is an interesting one. The 30-second delay made the redeem so much funnier. It's like they threw the item from really far away. It's just like, oh, I watch this cup. Like, I'm imagining Gojikins just like winding up. It's like we're in a lecture hall style classroom. Like, Gojikins is all the way in the back. He's like winding up. For like, even though you guys don't have arms, he's like winding up. He has like an apple in his imaginary paws, and then he's just like, watch this, guys. And, like, throws it, and then like minutes later, I'm like, ow. So okay, so your question was, should you stream more or less? This is the Art of Wands, but reversed. So let's see what are some interpretations we can get from this. The Ace of Wands usually has to do with like a new beginning of something, like the spark of something, not necessarily like for example, if we take the example of streaming, the Ace of Wands wouldn't be you streaming for the first time. It would be you thinking of streaming for the first time. That's the actual idea, the actual like spark before it like flutters into like a flame, right? Hey, you really winded up from that. I threw that shit before I hit the row. That's like my favorite. That's like me and Beans' favorite bit from that movie, because he looks so proud of himself. Like, Black Dynamite looks so proud of himself when he does that. Like, the guy gets hit with the boomerang, and Black Dynamite's just like, I threw that shit before I walked in the room, and he looks like so happy. That's you guys. That's Matthew right now. It's like, I'll get hit by the apple and he'll be like, I threw that shit before I walked in the room. But Black Dynamite, but Binka Bear, I sold drugs to the community. Oh my god. Like, this kills the bear. I'm planting trees whose shade I will never experience. Oh my gosh. Everybody claps. You guys are so mean to me. You guys are planting apple trees with apples that are gonna hit me right on the head. How do you do? Taunting Echo, hello. We're doing some tarot card readings right now. But then you guys, people started throwing things at me, and there's also a 30-second delay because I lost internet for a bit. So they're making jokes that like you guys are throwing things like 30 seconds into the future. Or no, like you guys are like throwing things, but it doesn't hit me until 30 seconds into the future. Gojikins is over here planting trees that with apples that are gonna fall on my head. So yeah, if you notice that there's like a bit of a lag from when you type the response to when I get to it, it's because of that. There is a 30-second delay. One of my favorites is them working at the conspiracy. Yes, the like, and then what is the Roman name for Aries? Mars bars. Anaconda malt liquor gives you. Yeah, that one. I know Mega Bronson sent me that one time. That one was so good. Okay. So the Ace of Wands is usually your initial spark for an idea, especially for a creative idea. So this is Wands. Wands has to do with fire. Fire has to do with your motivations for something, right? And it's very interesting considering the question that you asked. Should you stream more or less? Now, I feel like there has... you want to think about like why you're kind of asking that question as well, because it's like, oh, do you feel like that situation? Oh my god, now it's the English version of that song. Is it because you are in a similar conundrum where it's like, oh, I feel like I should stream less so that I can prioritize something else more? In my case, like maybe it's like health and going to the gym and stuff. Or is it because, you know, like you feel like if you do less streams, then each stream can be a little bit more, like have a little bit more content to them, right? We're laughing beforehand in hopes of something Bonka says is funny and it comes up at the same time. Also, good one! Oh my gosh. You could call me Bonka too, because you guys keep bonking me. I love the haha, good one, and I'm talking about like so fire you see. But yeah, fire, like it has to do with like your motivation. So if it's reversed though, this could be meaning that you are feeling some kind of creative block. This is kind of like the card that has to do with kind of like art blocks, drawing blocks, right? Like there's do you feel like if we're talking about like streaming, do you feel like you're having a bit of a creative block and that's why you want to reduce the time that you stream? If so, this might be saying that like maybe you do need to take a step back and kind of reassess kind of this creative outlet that you're making for yourself. So that's just how I'm interpreting. Oh wait, before we go into the book, let's go ahead and take a look at the art itself. So we have here a hand that is holding a brush. Behind the brush is a flame, right? But right where the brush would be touching like a piece of paper, for instance, you just see a bright circle, almost like a sun that is shining and causing life to bloom, because you also see flowers over here, right? And plants. So right side up, like I said, this is the beginning of a new creative endeavor. This isn't necessarily you streaming for the first time, it's you thinking about streaming for the first time. But this is saying that like there's something blocking that. There's something blocking that like whole that initial spark that you had, that excitement that you had of like, I want to stream for the first time, I want to do the thing, you know. This could be possibly saying that like, oh, right now you might not be feeling the same way as before. So this is Gura, my dog died. Gura, let's go. Exactly, where I'm just talking about like, oh, you might need to take a step back. And you're just like, let's go, because of the 30-second delay. But yeah, it could be something like that. But let's go ahead and see what the book has to say. So let's also see what specific story this is. Please, oh baby, don't go. This is the magic paintbrush, and this is from China. So the Ace of Wands represents inspiration, a sudden creative force. A magic paintbrush embodies these qualities of passion and daring. The magical moment right before the ink hits the paper and all dreams and possibilities are within reach. So upright means excitement, creativity, a spark, growth, and new beginnings. Reverse means delays, bad news, a creative block, wasted talent. Oh, that's harsh. I wouldn't say wasted talent, because for one, I don't believe in talent. I believe in hard work. So I choose to more interpret this as a creative block. Because maybe you're feeling like that feeling that you had when you first started streaming might not be the same anymore. And I'll admit that I've that's kind of normal to feel. I've definitely felt that, where it kind of feels like you're just kind of going through the motions, right? Initially you might have had all these ideas on what you wanted to do, of like, I want to do like I know that you're doing the mini painting stream, you were doing Zomboid stream, you're doing just chatting, and that's great. But maybe this card is saying not necessarily to stream less, but it might be asking you to just take a step back and just kind of reassess like what it was that you enjoyed about streaming, and what are some ideas that you could do to take that further. What are some ways that could set you apart from other people that are also streaming Zomboid or just chatting or painting minis, right? It could be like a self-assigned challenge that you have for yourself. Like, I like, for example, when you were what do you mean ad starts in 10 seconds? Wait. We're snoozing that. Okay, there we go. I like when you posted in my Discord the like you painted a forest without using the color green. You know? That's a really cool exercise. Maybe you could have like a challenge in which you do like, yeah, like you paint a certain something but without the colors that are usually associated with that. Hold up, this writing is fire. Exactly. I don't believe in talent. Toddler prodigy walks by. Boy, they must have been practicing super hard before being born. That toddler prodigy is fake. He's fake, I tell you. But Bean Cubs, get the toddler prodigy. Get him. But yeah, like challenges like that. But I know that another big thing with streaming too is that like you could have like all these really creative ideas, but if the audience isn't there, then it doesn't feel as engaging. And I know that you mentioned here or there that like the audience, like there's always the fear when, especially when you're streaming, that like there's not enough eyes on you, right? So maybe the step back can be thinking about like how to get those eyes on you, because I think what helped a lot of us, especially starting out, is the fact that a lot of us are in like a certain VTuber community. So like a lot of us love Randon, a lot of us love Casper. How do I say this? Like I like, because I've been getting really into like the Digimon card game, for example, I started joining a bunch of Digimon Discords, and that opened me up to a new audience as well. And not a lot of people have like have come in from those communities, but it did start sparking a bunch of ideas. Like now that's why I'm trying to delve into the idea of like edited content, for example, is because I feel like there's a lot of people in the Digimon community that like they would much rather watch something edited and a little bit shorter rather than a live stream. So let's go kick the baby. Don't kick the baby. But if they're a prodigy. So, either maybe if I know that you're actually, wait a minute, now that I think about it, Matthew, you're in a lot of different VTuber communities. I know that you're in like Halbernock's community. I've seen you in like Milky's community. You're in mine. You're in Randon's. There's a bunch. So I think if there's an opportunity, I know that some Discords can be very harsh about like, don't do self-promo. But like, if there's room to do it, then definitely tell people that like, oh yeah, like I'm also a VTuber. I want to like, you know, I'm also a VTuber and I do something similar to, for example, like Halbernock. Let's see. Karna as in the networking to form a strong base group. Never. I know we get into the infamous networking word, right? Where it's always just like, oh, just network. And it's like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Martin, hello. There might be a bit for the people that are just coming in. There is a 30-second, Marshmallow Bears. Hello, welcome to the class. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. We're doing some tarot card readings at the moment. What was I saying? Oh yeah, there's a 30-second delay because I did lose interwebs a little bit back there, but I will try my best to get to your messages ASAP. I feel like a transient ghost. Yeah, I think that's fair because you are in a lot of kind of different communities. But I think what's good about that is that you are putting your name out there, right? I remember the reason why I started checking out a lot of fellow Randonite streamers is because, okay, this might sound weird. This might sound weird, but I was just curious about their voice. Like, there were a lot of people who kind of started streaming around the same time, and I just got like curious about like, oh, I see this person in the Discord a lot. And I just got kind of curious as to like what their voice sounded like, because then that helps me kind of remember them a little bit better. Because before everyone started streaming, or before I was aware that people were streaming, because there are people that have been streaming for a while. Like I know Ghosty, Saku, there's like quite a few people that like have been going at it for a while, but there's also a few people that did it all at the same time. But once I like was able to hear their voices, like I was able to, when I see them in chat or when I see them in the Discord, it's like, oh, now I can quite literally put a voice to their name, you know, and a face in a way. Like, so if there's a way that you could like channel into that, I think that might help as well. So Matthew is everywhere. I've been lurking in your streams for a while, but I realized I've never followed. Had to fix that. No worries at all. I'm glad to have you here. Especially like we love lurkers over here. So I'm glad that you also chose to spoke up. But if there's ever a point where you feel like you just want to lurk as well, no worries at all. By the way, we do have an ad break. We have an ad break. I forgot. I'm gone. There we go. We have an ad break. So I'll get back to the comments and the rest of the tarot reading once we get back. But yeah, enjoy your break. I've also been nosy and been like, hey, yo, go check George Chungus. Yeah, I think that really helps too, because you're known as someone who connects different communities together. A converted lurker. Exactly. Okay. We do have an ad break coming up. Any second now. I'm gonna get a drink of water. See you guys in a bit. Oh my god, is the ad also on a 30-second delay? That's crazy. We're back. We're back. I was just listening to Utada Hikaru repeatedly singing Should We Keep a Secret? It's a very catchy song, but it was also just like on repeat. Should we keep a secret? But I know you guys can't hear it because you guys are hearing my my ad break music playing. Nets working? Who even fishes? I fish. Like, no, I'm just kidding. I don't like IRL fish, but you know, as a pair, you know. To get the net working, you need to call your ISP. Exactly. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Me just poking into random Babinkum streams? Exactly. Exactly. I am everywhere and nowhere. A mimic hiding in plain sight. Which goes so well with the lore, right? It's like, oh, what's this? What's this? Oh my god, I should have a grill asset. I should have a grill asset here in the yard. And then it'll be like Matthew is the, like, not the hall monitor. What would the word be? Like the person that's just like, do you guys have that in schools? Like the person that's just like out on the yard during recess or nutrition or lunchtime, and they're just making sure that no one gets into a fight. Except Matthew, would you be the person that's like, all right, she's gone. Go eat the cars. I'd be too powerful if I networked. Yeah, we gotta nerf ourselves somehow, right? And we love you for it, Matthew. Yeah. Exactly. The ad do be running, watching it on Ghost computer. Yeah, I was like, okay, an ad is about to run, because on OBS there's a little like, oh, the ad is gonna run in like 5 seconds, and then 5 seconds happens, nothing happens, and then suddenly ad break's playing. So I'm like, is it also on a 30-second delay? But who knows? The nose knows. The security! No hall monitor, just ceiling gun. Matthew's right here. Exactly. The lot attendant. You do like a double duty where you're not only watching the Babine Cubs during recess time, but you're also like managing the parking lot. Or you know what is like the reason why I'm away like during an ad break is that like I have to that was so fast. I didn't think I would zoom away that fast. I'm like, oh, gotta go Cubs, I gotta manage the parking lot thing. Alright, I'm back. I feel like I should do that during ad breaks. I gotta be managing the lot. Okay, let's get back to the classroom. But yeah, so in summary of what we were talking about, you were asking whether or not you should like stream less or more. This one seems to be saying that not necessarily less or more, but take a step back for now. You might need to take a step back and just see, for example, like what is motivating you to stream, and then what are some creative ways that you can kind of like insert a little bit of that, because you already have creativity. You do a lot of these models, you do a lot of like of different artworks, and that is really cool to see on stream. But the question is how to get more eyes on you, right? So this might need basically the same, like maybe just a step back to kind of like assess those things. So am I the person who runs the active shooter drills? If someone tries to attack the school, God save them, as the Babinkums are immune to physical damage and will devour them like locusts. The playground's got valet? Yeah, so the lore, Testosterone, is that our first of all, this is a community college, even though sometimes it feels like an elementary school because we need our nap time. I need my nap time. But this school is constantly in need of cash, which is why the PE field also doubles as a parking lot. But the Babinkums also just eat cars, so we've actually been losing money. We've actually been losing a lot of money. So that's the lore so far. It's something that completely organically just happened with this audience. So you guys, I love the way that you guys build on the lore on the Babinka's Community College and all you can eat buffet. All you can eat metal buffet. But yeah, so now the new lore is that Matthew is a parking attendant, but also the person out at recess making sure you guys don't get into fights, but also the security, you know, like knock on wood, God forbid anyone tries to come into our humble community college, but maybe the perpetrator is gonna see a grill and be like, oh yeah, I could steal that grill, and then Matthew's just like nyop nyop chomp. Eating cars. Community college and daycare. There you go. It's both a community college and a daycare. Naps are very important. They are. As well as a barbecue and foot massage. I don't like feet. I don't like feet. Why do you think in all my outfits you never see my feet, right? So maybe you babinkubs, if you guys want to do the foot massage. Yo, thank you for gifting Matthew. Thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to Verbose79. Thank you. Siesta time, eating the cars. I love that I will eat my first car in dishonor. You could have the Itasha if you want, the one in the center over there. You can have that one. Security to nerf the bots. Exactly. We got Seribot, who literally is a robot, you know, so. But then we also got Matthew as backup as well in that regard. But yeah. So let me know, Matthew, if you have any questions about this card or any other like things that you want to ask. Otherwise, up next would be a whoa! Matthew, thank you for gifting us up to Testosterone. Let's go. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Then we'll go ahead and move on to Pickles, and then I think we are able to do one more tarot card reading once the cooldown is over. I don't know if the cooldown has finished yet. I think it has, but yeah. And then I think after that we'll probably call it. Freaking mod interface is wonky. My first gifted missed. It's okay. Yeah. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you. Man, just let me know. I know there's the delay. I was reading over Discord just now because I'm in a Discord for like my local card shop, and I realized when I joined this Discord that there are people I know like IRL in the members list, and I'm like, oh, I hope they don't know my my online handle. It's not like I hate them or nothing, but I'm just like I need to keep the what's the term that they used to say? I need to hide my power level, I guess. But okay, I think it's been over 30 seconds now, right? So let me know, Matthew, but otherwise let's go ahead and do our tarot reading for Pickles. And once again, if you don't have to ask a specific question for your tarot reading, I'm just gonna give you you can if you want, but only if you're comfortable with it. Local discords are neat. Yeah. But also part of me is just like hiding. I'm just like, I recognize that name. But yeah, you don't have to ask a specific question if you don't want to. I would pretty much just give you kind of like a general like vibe of the card and the meaning of it, and you're free to interpret it however you want. All right. They need to know you as a tiny bear, not a massive weeb. They also know me as a massive weeb, which the good part is some of them are also fellow massive weebs, but it's because of that one time. I think I told you the story before. I told you guys the story before that there was someone on Instagram that like I don't talk to them that much. Like I think I just met them through like a friend of a friend at the Filipino club, so I don't even talk to them that much. But I was scrolling through my Instagram stories, and they saw that there was like a line for Pokemon cards mostly because of scalpers, and that is a big problem in like the Pokemon card community. But the person's story, they said something to the effect of like, can you imagine adults playing a Pokemon card game, and then like the laughing emoji, and I was like, man, I don't like you. I don't like you. And like, it's like, yeah, like scalpers are a big problem, but like the whole, like she could have responded to that in like another way without making fun of people that like play the Pokemon card game. But I don't know, it just felt mean. But because of that, now I'm like super wary of like seeing like people I know IRL in Discords, with exception of course. There's like, for example, like me, Mega Bronson, and Beans are all in like one where it's like IRL friends, but that is supposed to be for like our friend group, you know. Let's see, should I deep dive into a personal project I've started? If you want. It's me and Beans. We're just 3 bears in a trench coat wherever we are. Yeah, F scalpers. Like, that literally is like a big problem. But also, that person didn't have to respond like that. They could have just been like, oh man, there's a big line here. But okay, let's go ahead and grab a card for Pickles. And then if anyone else is interested in a tarot card reading, we do have the redeem if you have enough points and if the cooldown has ended. Kind of like this card right here in the center. So let's do that. Okay. Ooh, we've drawn this one before. It's a very cool one. So, the Star Platinum. This is my tarot question. Okay, let's see. Capitalism. In the meantime, as we wait for Pickles' question, you guys can go ahead and take a look at this wonderful card. It's a really pretty one too. So this one, actually I'll just go ahead and start kind of going over what I know about this story. Not the story, but like the meaning of the card. Usually it has to do with inspiration. And usually this card in like the order of the major arcana, it follows another card called the Tower, which the Tower is very infamous for being a very negative card. It's usually like the Tower is known for being like kind of like catastrophe and stuff, right? This is the card right after. The Star is the card right after, and usually it's like hope, it's inspiration, it's kind of like now the most terrible part has happened. Now we can only go up from here. You know, you've hit rock bottom, you've hit rock bottom, you can only go up from here, you know? So but it's also just in general, it has to do with the personal project is the question. Oh, I see. Yeah. So in terms of your personal project, oh, that is the question. So should I deep dive into a personal project that I've started? I see. So this one, this is almost certainly saying that like, yes, you should, or rather let's talk about like the meaning of it. This is saying that like you might be finding more inspiration and creativity at the moment, because this is, the image is from, I think it's either a Russian or some kind of Slavic tale. And it's right after, basically a disaster. If I recall correctly, I think the story is that like she finds her brother, but like transformed into a thing. But now she's looking up at the stars, and this is kind of the beginning of where the story becomes more optimistic. So it could be that maybe in terms of this personal project, you might have been like going back and forth about like whether you should do a deep dive on it, whether, you know, you want to go all in to it, because of course there's a lot of hesitation when you start any big project, right? Like, oh, what if I put in a lot of energy, time, or even money and it doesn't pay off? This one is almost saying that like if this is something that inspires you, especially after you're kind of going back and forth on it, they seems to be saying that like, yeah, I think you should like go into that personal project. If it gives you creativity, if it gives you hope, and it gives you like inspiration, you know, then yes. And there might be struggles in it. In fact, maybe this might not even be taking place in the middle of your process. This could be a look at what you will feel like once you start that project. That yes, there might be some struggles, there might be some downsides to it, but you will always have that kind of like star of inspiration. And you just have to remember that as your motivation as you get through those kind of like difficult spots. Because she's looking up at a star. One way that you can interpret it is like the North Star. The North Star is always like, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, is this kind of surefire way to find your way, right? No matter how lost you get, no matter how dark it seems, you can always count on the North Star to guide your way. Or the stars in general, you know? So this might be saying that yes, do it, but don't forget like why you're getting into it, why you're starting it in the first place, right? And then cool, we got Testosterone. You want a 1-card reading as well. I think that will end off our tarot readings. But yeah, so if we look at the imagery for this one, we have someone who is feminine presenting, light skin, blonde hair. They are wearing clothing that I usually associate with like Slavic culture, but they're holding a goat. Their expression is not necessarily like she's not smiling, but she's looking up almost hopefully at this star, the star that's surrounded by other stars, but she's also within this dark forest. So she's in a place where she might she might feel lost, she might feel like concerned, but in the end there's still a light shining above her. Time to quit my job and go full time. Not quitting my job. +1 tarot reading for testosterone. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you. But yeah, so let's go ahead and consult the book before we go ahead and move on. But that's the deal with a lot of these cards, is that it's usually like when it comes to yes or no, it's usually like yes or no, but with a caveat of like yes, but make sure you know why you're doing it. Like don't just like with the joke you made of like time to quit my job. It's like like still have that as a backup, but at the same time, like as long as you know your North Star, you definitely should. So this is the sister of Sister Alyonushka and Brother Ivanushka. The star is a symbol for hope after disaster, the need to remain positive after misfortune, to remember that things can get better again. It is staying calm and open to future possibilities, seeing your situation with open eyes, mind, and heart. So upright, it means hope, serenity, inspiration, insight, and spirituality, and reverse, it's crushed dreams, insecurity, despair, dejection, and exhaustion. So this pretty much gives like a full steam ahead, a full steam like yes, you definitely should, especially if this is like after a hard time or even despite a hard time. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Yes, she's holding a little hux. She's holding a little huckster. Yeah, let me know if you have any other questions. I'm gonna go ahead and wait till 30 seconds passes, and then we'll go ahead and continue on to a tarot reading for testosterone, and then I think we'll call it there. And then I think that should be the end of that redeem. So I will turn off the 3-card tarot reading and turn off the 1-card tarot reading. And then oh no, I didn't mean to reject that. Oh well. That means you get points back. I accidentally rejected the redeem request, so I think Pickles got the points back, but that's totally fine. So mark is complete. Okay, cool. Okay, it's been about 30 seconds. Actually, wait, thinking about it, I should give more than 30 seconds because you hear me 30 seconds later, and you still need time to type. So I'll give you a little bit more time as I look through my Okay, cool. I see you dancing. I see you doing a waddle. So let's go ahead and do one more tarot reading for testosterone. Yahoo! So once again, you don't need a specific question or anything. I'll just give you the cards meaning. And then you're free to interpret it. Oh, did I? Oh, as in your points? Yeah, check, because because I accidentally, there's like a there's a queue system for anytime people do like redeems, and by default they're usually like approved, but sometimes we have to like mass approve them, and I was just going through it. I clicked on the X instead of the check mark, meaning you probably got your points redeemed. So that's just a little bonus. Okay. Okay, here we go for testosterone. I feel something closer to here. Let's do this card. Okay, here is your card. Ooh, this is a very interesting one. The Hangman. The title seems very ominous, but the meaning is actually pretty straightforward. This one is about resting. This one is about resting or kind of withdrawing from something. I don't see it on the cube. Babinka bonus, exactly. So the Hangman, so the story here is Cinderella, but this one is about resting and kind of like recovering your energy for something. So usually you might get cards that are saying that like, oh, if you like should pursue something or if you should not pursue something. There are cards that are like, yeah, like by all means pursue it. Like with the star, right? The star is like you should be open to new things. You got your Babinka Bucks return. Exactly. Your Babinka Bucks tax return. This is saying more of like taking a step back or otherwise just like resting, especially after think of it as like resting after a hard work day, right? So this could be like whether you have a decision between whether you should like proceed or like hang tight. This is saying hang tight. So the story is did I say Cinderella? Not Cinderella. Sleeping Beauty. This is Sleeping Beauty. Hangman. Insta-death and Phasmo. Oh no. No, yeah, because the story of Sleeping Beauty is that she doesn't die. It's just that she goes into like a long sleep, right? As the result of a curse. However, if you look at this card really closely, it does show Sleeping Beauty. She is resting, right? She isn't really being hanged. And even in the card, the original card, it's someone that's hanging by their foot. So no one's dying here. She's surrounded by roses, and these roses aren't yet in bloom. But the roses still have their thorns, so they act more as like a preventative measure or a protective rather measure. So this is saying that like even if you rest, there might still be things that will help you with that rest. Or maybe it's saying that you should set up those things. So for example, let's say that you're like me, you might have an office job and you want to take a little bit of a break or a day off. Make sure that you have, you know, your email set up in a way that people know that you're like taking a break, stuff like that. But otherwise, this is basically just saying that like now is the time to take a step back. So I feel like I'm being like a broken record. So let's go to the book now. Let's go ahead and get the Hangman. Oh, here we go. So this is Sleeping Beauty. This is an Italian tale. The hangman ceases forward momentum to avoid disaster and instead favors reflection. Sleeping Beauty is a symbol of stasis. With the options of sleep or death, she chooses to wait for a more favorable condition. So this is suspension, restriction, sacrifice, readjustment, or improvement, but reverse could be willfulness, useless sacrifice, rushing, thoughtlessness, and martyrdom. So I like this interpretation as well. I keep on saying that like, oh, you should rest, you should rest, you should rest. This seems to be specifically resting so that you have a better situation later on. This card is strikingly relevant to my life right now. So yeah, hopefully this helps in that regard of like, this is not necessarily resting so you can recover your battery, but also resting so that maybe whatever problems you might have at the moment, the solution to it will be a little bit clearer after you rest. Yours was too? Oh man, nice. So yeah, like this is saying that like right now, oh, you know what? Maybe that's why the roses aren't blooming yet. It's a little hard to see, but they're basically rose buds. The roses themselves haven't bloomed because it's just not yet their time. So maybe right now this is a situation in which something should happen eventually, but now's not the right time for it. Now is just the time to kind of sit back. So yeah. That was pretty short and sweet, but do let me know if you have any questions about this card or any you know, if you need any more further details about it. But yeah, sit back, chill, you know. Almost the opposite of the star in a way, where the star is like, yeah, you should go ahead and pursue that if it inspires you. This is saying like, sit back. So thank you so much. I saw the card and I was like, Chad, am I good? Nah, I feel like that's how people feel about the death card too. Because people are like, oh no, death! Am I gonna die? The death card is more so like a card of transformation that you have to prepare yourself because something big, or prepare yourself, not, okay, because I don't like saying that these cards would predict the future, so it's not necessarily saying like a big transformation will happen, but it's more, you should prepare yourself in case there is a big change in your life. Another scary card in tarot is the devil. It is a little bit less innocent because the devil usually has to do with like, oh, you have some kind of vice. Not cooked. Yeah, exactly. The devil usually has to do with some kind of vice that you might have, some kind of addiction or some kind of like thing that's occupying a lot of your time. And it's just kind of pointing it out. Is the tower that's bad news bears? Yeah, kind of, sort of. So, but once again, the tarot cards don't necessarily predict the future, you know? It's just more so like saying that like you should be prepared in case there's something like that. The tower is an interesting one because like for those tarot card readers that read things like oh yeah, this is predicting the future, it's like, oh yeah, you're gonna have some consequences. But the way that I read the tower is that like you might be feeling like something has shifted, maybe even catastrophically so. But if not, if you just had like kind of like a regular, you know, like day-to-day work-life balance type of thing, this might be saying that like oh, you might need to shake things up every once in a while, you know. Prepare for unforeseen consequences. Yeah, exactly. Same with the tower and death are kind of similar in that way. The tower card forces an interaction, and Phasmo could give you the fingerprints that you've been wanting. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Cause yeah, that could mean like if it gives you the fingerprints, you're a little bit closer to finding the type of ghost, right? But that also means that like it could be putting you at risk. It's like, oh, spooky, we're seeing the ghost. It's leaving the fingerprints. So yeah, it's interesting in that way, right? That's the deal with a lot of these cards, is like ultimately it's up to your interpretation. Sometimes it does hit close to what you're going through at the moment, but sometimes it's like what the heck? What the hoo-ha? In fact, to show that off and before we like end off, I'll even do it on myself right now because it's actually been a while since I've done a tarot card reading for myself. But I'm not going to use this trusty deck. I'm going to use my personal deck, which is actually right next to me. It's a Vaporwave deck. But yeah, do let me know if there's any questions about this reading. Otherwise, that's pretty much the end of them. Love your interpretations. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm glad that they helped. Once again, I have gotten tarot readings where it was like, yeah, that doesn't make sense to me at all. So it does feel like a win whenever it's like, okay, cool. I'm glad. This is my personal deck that I usually use for myself. So this is the Tarot Wave deck. It's based off Vaporwave, you know, symbolism, because around the time that I got this, I was like super into Vaporwave. And if you guys don't know what Vaporwave is, it's basically kind of an aesthetic, but it was also kind of a music. It kind of is also like a musical style as well. Very much having to do with nostalgia, but specifically for the 80s and 90s. Not quite Frutiger Arrow, you know, not quite Windows XP, but close to it. The tarot cards are going to call you out. They usually do, especially this deck. Because once again, it is up to your own interpretation, and like it's basically your own thoughts and mind kind of speaking back to you, right? So sometimes it does feel like the cards are like calling you out. Rigged deck? No! Thanks for this stream. I miss office hours. Yeah, I figure that I know that you specifically said that you like more of these like chatting streams, right? Because the past two were very much pointed into like a presentation, that there wasn't a lot of time for me to, you know, like yap. I had to like stick straight to the presentation, right? So it is nice to do these like more free-form, more conversational streams. So, okay, let's get a card for myself. Actually, first one. I'm not going in with a specific question, so we're just gonna see what the vibe is like, and we're gonna see if it relates to anything. So I got the 5 of Pentacles. Ooh, this one has to do with charity, or trying to find charity. So if this deck is a little bit harder to interpret because it is kind of based on like the traditional tarot symbolism, but they make it abstract in order to kind of like go into the whole like Vaporwave aesthetic. So I'm seeing a church with the 5 pentacles on it. Usually it depends on how you see faith, especially like Christian. You also like the presentations? Nice. So it depends on how you see faith, right? So like for some, this might be a symbol of like authority, or it might be a symbol of kind of who's in charge, right? But it could also be a symbol of shelter. So, oh yeah, so pentacles, same as coins, they represent the element of earth, and they represent what is manifested right here and now. So, incoming charity stream. No. So yeah, it can either be with your health or your wealth. Those are kind of the keywords I like to use with pentacles: health or wealth. So it could have to do with your finances, your job, or it could have to do with like your physical fitness or your diet, stuff like that. So so if we're thinking about church as a shelter, like as someone who likes church architecture, I'm seeing this as more of like a shelter like situation. Let's see. Upside down church. So a black metal album. Exactly. So this is the 5. Wait, did I draw it right side up or upside down? I like immediately forgot. You guys can go ahead and tell me, but let me go ahead and look at my cheat sheet. I'm pretty sure it was right side up, right? So 5 of Pentacles. So this card concerns with lack of finances or wellness, looking for wealth during a time of need, despite it being right in front of you. Be aware of the charity that you already have. Ah, I see. So yeah, this is the card that I was thinking of. So this is saying that like right now I might be in a financial or health like tough spot, but there are resources out there for me to use. And it's funny that this comes up because remember I was just talking about like, should I reduce my streaming hours in order to focus more on the gym, right? It was up. All right, cool. Thank you. So I don't think this concerns my wealth, my money, my job, because that one is actually fine right now, especially because the hours are going to be relaxing towards the summer. Man, I'm looking forward to that. So this could be more about my health. This could be more about like me being concerned about like going to the gym and eating healthy and stuff. So this is saying that like I might be resisting it, but there are resources. I do have a gym membership that I'm paying a lot of money for each month that I should maybe be using. Like, it was right side up. Thank you. I'm just Trench Crusade pilled. It's basically a metal war game. Ooh, pretty sick. Right side up. All right, cool. Thank you. So this, you guys will have to blame this card if I do reduce my streaming hours. But I also, like I said, I like streaming. I do like streaming. So like, maybe it's a matter of, should I stop going to the card store so that I can go to the gym, basically? So yeah. In terms of, by the way, this is a good segue into what I'm going to be streaming this week. So we are still doing Digimondays. We're going to be doing Digimon tomorrow. Cyber Sleuth. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I will not be streaming. That's not because I'm going to the gym. It's because Wednesday is Beans, my partner Beans, it's his brother's birthday. So I don't know if you guys want to call him Beans Bro or something like that, but it's Beans Bro's birthday. I don't know if he's going to be celebrating any particular day. So I'm just keeping all 3 of those days open just in case. But I'll be back on Friday. So I know beeplebees left already, but I'm going to be streaming a retro game that they had actually recommended me. But it's not really a game. It's like more like a reading story, but it is retro. It's retro edutainment. So I'll be doing that. And then Saturday, I'm thinking if I should continue the study streams because they are very productive, but admittedly I am getting kind of tired of them. And I do need to study Japanese, but I'm wondering if instead of study Pomodoro, maybe we'll do a game. There are plenty of resources. There's plenty of video games to learn Japanese. I think Matthew even told me about one in the game recommendations, so I'm thinking about that one. Another option is I saw Flayon, one of the Hollow Stars. He was playing Pokemon. But it was in Japanese. But as I was watching him play, it's in hiragana katakana, which is actually super easy to read. And they use very simple language, so I wonder if I should do something like that. So yeah, I'm thinking Saturday morning stream. We're still learning Japanese, but like maybe not a Pomodoro stream. So we'll see. We'll see with that. So let's see what you guys are saying. Streaming Gym Zatsu. Like, you know what? I would want to do that if I had full body tracking, which I do have my 3D model, but I don't have the little Mokopi things. Those are expensive. I didn't realize how expensive they are. Otherwise, I would want to do Ring Fit. I love like you guys can see like my fist. Like I love Ring Fit. I love Ring Fit so much. If you guys aren't familiar with Ring Fit, it's basically a Nintendo Switch game that uses this like ring controller. And you basically work out, but it's in an RPG setting. It's like to defeat an enemy or a boss, you gotta do reps. You gotta do like you gotta do planks for this many seconds in order to like power up your attack. And it worked on me, y'all. Like, I don't know why I'm not doing that right now. Why am I not doing that right now? I'm thinking. It's just that in order for me to share my screen with Switch, there is a lot of cable. Like, I think we have the cables and the capture card we need for it, but it's just a lot. Like, this whole desk would be just filled with like wires and stuff. So I don't know. Still thinking about it, but I think that would be fun. So let's see. Get off the bus early and walk to the car store to act as the gym. I do that. I do also walk as a way of working out. Bro Beans? Yeah, Beans Bro. Gym stream where every redeem is a rep. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I would die. I would be such a skinny sun bear. I remember there was a Japanese edutainment game Almantas recommended. Ooh, okay. The one where you put the game Rex is basically a hiragana RPG. Nice. Ring Fit, let's freaking go. I always found the best way to learn a language is total engagement through a game or a book. Yeah, see, like, I feel like that is a good way to learn it. So yeah, we might do something like that next week. Gym class with teacher, PE with Mr. Pancakes. Exactly. For any newbies that don't know who Mr. Pancakes is, look at the bottom of my desk. That's your substitute teacher, Mr. Pancakes. I don't know. What do you have to say about the situation, Mr. Pancakes? Oh, you guys scared him off again. You scared him off again. I don't know why that keeps on happening. Poor guy. He just wants to lead gym class. But yeah, lots to think about, lots to consider. But I think this is where we're going to call it for today. So let's go ahead and do our end of stream mosh pit. For those that are just joining us, we do have... Oh, wait. I should stop raids. There we go. So we do have our end of stream tradition where once you hear the music, all you got to do is go ahead and spam your favorite emotes, and I'm going to make your little avatars fight each other. Lord Pancakes. Yes, pet the pancakes. Lord Pancakes. Ooh, this is interesting. So I was just going on my For You page on YouTube. Actually, I'll just show you guys. There's one that's a Megalovania, y'all. Megalovania, you know, from that one game. And actually, you know what's funny? I know Megalovania from Homestuck. But I know it's also in what's that game? Undertale. It's in Undertale, right? It's Sans Undertale's theme. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, introverted gym coach. Yep. Exactly. He's just so introverted. All right, so there is a 30-second delay, but once you guys hear the music, go ahead and start spamming your favorite emotes. Thanks for the stream. Thank you guys for stopping by, as always. I always appreciate y'all. So, all right, once you guys hear the music, go ahead and do your thing. Oh, wait. You guys can start spamming, but I realize it's still playing Otada Hikaru. There we go. You got that recommended too? Did it just... Oh, it came out 2 weeks ago. Alright, there you go. Can I get a pull when I come over later? Yeah, you just gotta remind me. Ooh, this sounds so sick. If we actually go inside. Yeah. I'm still down. Ooh, this sounds so sick. The little Sans Undertale sounds. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Ooh, the cello. The cello. Yo, Ghosty won the mosh pit. Let's go. And I think we have just enough time to see if she could win it again. Round 2. Fight. Spoilers. Oh yeah, it is spoilers. I realize that the chat is like caught up with you guys. It's not rigged. Exactly. It's not. That's what I've been telling you guys. That's what I've been telling you guys. It's not rigged. It was never rigged. She brought both knives to the mosh. Exactly. That emote is so cute. Nooble bonk. Nice. Oh, the mosh pit's still going. It's me versus Mega Bronson. Oh no, would you look at that? Mega Bronson totally won. He totally won. You can't tell me otherwise. You can't tell me otherwise. No, don't look at the chat! Don't look at the chat! Oh no. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. You guys are still mid-mosh. Don't worry, I'll wait the 30 seconds. Rigged? It's not rigged. I swear. Somebody check her deck. No, it's not. It's not. I swear, it was just... It's simply serendipity. It's simply... Woo! Good job, Mega Bronson, for totally winning that one. Yahoo! Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and raid. I will wait an extra 30 seconds, but we're gonna raid into Gigglepox. So if you don't know who she is, who they are, they're a really cool artist. They've done a lot of really cool artwork, especially if you're in the Hollow Star sphere of the world. She's done a lot of cool artwork for folks. And it's just a really cool artist. I love her design too. Very cute. They're currently playing Dark Souls. They're currently playing Dark Souls, so I'll wait that extra 30 seconds. Or how about this? I'll start the raid, wait for 30 seconds, and then we'll like actually raid out. Thanks so much for the stream. Thank you guys. Thank you guys as always. So I'll just wait another couple seconds. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Digimondays, Digimon Cyber Sleuth. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a good morning, afternoon, or evening. And as always, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Bye-bye. Couple more seconds. Just a couple more. Yeah, see you next time. I appreciate you guys so much. So much. Alright. We raid.